Do you cry at night knowing that you'll never be able to watch another women's basketball game?
Oh my God. It's a sucky situation because I did with Logan.
You're putting your money on Dillon Danis. He put in $100K.
I want to help CryptoZoo people out. These spec-up bulletproof vest cups with ARs come on rollerblades.
What the f did you just say?
How do you say niggas in Paris in French?
Babe, I know where he's going with this. Don't do it.
We were doing it at night. You're not supposed to do that because that's when predators come out.
That YouTuber?
EDP comes up. Most nervous I've ever been doing a video. Yeah, he talked about it on Flagrant, but like he left out so many parts. Like,
so explain your side of things. Welcome back, guys. This is a very, very exciting day. Before we jump into today's podcast with Jidion, I also wanted to celebrate with you guys the drop of the clothing line, The Heart of David.
I asked God, give me the heart of David. Honestly, I'm not patient. The devil getting frustrated. The weed is making me lazy. A generation full of babies. Honestly, I can't take it, you know?
Yeah, that's the Heart of David line. It's the church boy drop. Guys, to be honest, I just been on this new journey, and I thought it was time that I created something that really symbolized what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is I'm walking with God. And so if you guys are into church boy or the Heart of David line, please go to the link, get yourself some merch, and enjoy today's episode of Jidion.
whatever y'all do, you guys have creative control.
Okay, so we can talk about anything.
Anything.
All right, so the word on the street is that you're a two-faced bitch.
We're getting straight into it.
No, we'll circle back to that face. What I want to do is I do want to get into everything that you got going on right now. Like, you have exciting stuff. You have some drama. But before we like peel that layer back, I want to know more about you and before you were even in the like limelight.
First, I want to say what's up to my Georgies out there. I don't know what you call your
From now on, they're Georgies. What's up?
What's up, Georgies?
What's up, Georgies?
Appreciate you for having me on the pod, bro.
I didn't want to sit crisscross applesauce, but let me show you what I look like on your couch when I wanted to interview.
Dang, you got hang time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, this is so embarrassing. You can't interview anybody like this. This is so embarrassing. Okay, so you guys were working together before everything started popping off?
Yeah, so this is my videographer, Vito. And
Vito.
Yeah, he's a day one. I mean, I had like 240K subs when he hopped on, but
that's not day one.
But this is the thing, though.
That's not day one at all. Did you buy those followers? No.
I earned them, but I fell off. Like, I was getting like 2-3K views a video, and I was stuck at 244,000 subs forever. And like,
what year was this?
This was early 2020, and so. And my filmer situation was like a conveyor belt. It would just be like, next man up, next man up, next man up. Like, I didn't have money to pay people, so I would pay people with like food and stuff. And I met him at a illegal COVID gathering.
Wait, you guys met during COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like peak. Like,
at a party.
Do not have more than 10 people in your house. And we had like 25 people, and we were just partying. But
That's
met
hilarious.
him there, and I was like, yo, bro, like, do you know anybody that films? And he sent me a list of people. And out of all those people, none of them worked out, but he told me, he said, if none of them work out, I'll do it. And I finally hit him up.
Yeah, he hit you up with like 20 garbage men so he could do it.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, try these guys. They don't work out? I'll do it.
He knew I was going to talk about it on a podcast later on. He was like, oh.
Nice. I like that.
But nah, he's my day one. He's my brother. I love him.
So, what made you even get to 240?
So, I would do like videos. Like I did one like giving strangers the N-word pass and stuff. That was like my first video that got like over 1,000 views. And like, I remember like I was freaking out. And I went to go tell my dad. I was like, Dad, I got 5,000 views on this video. And he was like, you making any money yet? Because I've been trying to do YouTube since I was like 12. And he would always be like, hey, you know you're not going to make no money off that. But he would always buy whatever I needed. So he would buy my laptops, my mics.
So he supported you, but also wanted to hit you with some reality so you don't get disappointed.
Exactly.
Okay, question. Would you do that to your children?
No. I'm going to believe in my children.
Right?
I'm going to believe in my children.
I feel like...
Unless it's something stupid. If it's stupid, I'm not going to believe in you. So I can see why he didn't believe in me.
But I was going to say, he probably thinks, you know.
In his eyes, think about it, where he's from in his time of age.
Yeah.
I don't know his age, but like, I'm recording myself and uploading it for the world.
Yeah.
To him, is like, you're ratting yourself out. Like, why would you do that? Like, that to my age, we kept everything hush. We like fucked around with our friends. We didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like before the internet, we would do all the shit that we're doing on the internet, but between me and my friends, we would never put it out there. It's like, it's something crazy. So I could see why he wouldn't want to support it.
But you know what's crazy? It kind of goes full circle because when I hit 1 million, I called my dad. I was like, yo, Chad, I'm going to call my dad because I remember that story. But I'm saying, you're going to make any money. And I was like, hey, Dad. I was like, remember when I got the views on the video and you said when I was going to start making money? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I just hit 1 million. What do you got to say? He was like, so?
No.
No, yeah, it's a clip.
Nah.
It's a clip.
Your dad said, so?
Yeah.
1 million people subscribe to you.
Yeah.
Nah, don't be like your dad, bro. That's heartbreaking.
But my dad, he doesn't understand because he's 74. Like,
okay.
So like just his character, like he's laid back and he's like, okay, so what does that mean?
Exactly. Like, it's like one of the, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be embarrassed because we would go, wow. Well, not embarrassed. I used to be mad because it was two things. I would be sad that, like he was gonna die on me, you know? Like with him being so much older, I was like, man, like.
But before you made your success, is that what you're saying?
Not
just
even
in
before,
general?
just graduating high school, I was like, I don't want my dad to die before I graduated high school.
Got it.
And I just remember we would go out places, and I'll be like, oh, you and your grandson are so cute. And I'll get mad. I'll be like, that's my dad. That's not my grandpa. And like everybody would think he's my grandpa.
Aw.
But, you know, all praises to the Most High. He's here, 74.
Amen.
Going strong.
Amen.
And I'm not gonna lie, my parents are my biggest, they're probably my biggest fans. I'll be going places because we live close. Like my parents don't live too far from me. And I'll go somewhere and there'll be some kids there. And they'll be like, yo, Jidion, I just saw your mom and dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like, I know you guys don't, like, because I don't put my parents on the internet and stuff. So what it is like, every young person my parents see, they'd be like, do you know Jidion?
Bruh.
That's like his parents.
I put my parents on, so my parents love the attention, bro. They're at the mall. Bro, I get at least 6 calls a day of them, hey, he wants to say hi. I go, Dad, you got to stop doing this. And it's not like they come up to him and say, hey, can I say hi to your son? He goes, you want to say hi to my son?
No, yeah, they love it. They love it. And then they'll always tell me. And so many times my mom, she'll just call me somewhere. And I'm like, whenever my mom calls me, I don't know, I'm weird. Like, I always think the worst. So I'll just, like, make the effort of just, like, answering it because I'm like, oh, I don't know what's happening. So I always answer my mom's calls.
Same. I say this. It's just nerve-wracking, bro. Like, what if they're underneath a car on fire and they're like, I just wanted to say hi before I die? And
exactly.
Well, because for so much of our lives.
Not that exactly, but.
Well, because for so much of our lives, you know, when our parents were calling us, it was because something was going on, like, get your ass home, or like, you know, something happened.
Yeah.
So it's like you keep that stress when they call, you're like, this could be good or this could be bad.
Nah, my parents, I like literally sit on the phone with them. I'm really close to my mom and dad, like friends-wise.
Yeah, you're
so
super
like
close.
they call me like unhealthy amounts.
Really?
Unhealthy amounts. Like my mom and dad know me better than my best friends. Like they know every single secret that's in my heart. My parents know. Like everything.
That's a different type of love.
Different. My parents were very, very different. But I want to get back to you. The whole like getting paid. At 1 million followers, you had to have been getting paid at that time.
Yeah, no, I was doing great. We lived in a house. It was me, Vito, and Hersey. And I was just blessed, like just being able to like move out of my parents' house. I moved out at like $700K. But like.
And you're super young.
No, bring it back to the first paycheck. What was your dad's reaction to that?
Oh, but like back, I think for a 1 million view video back then, I got like 2K.
$2K, $2,000.
So back then it was crazy.
So what did your dad say to that? Was
But even because it's like, is this gonna be sustainable?
Right.
And it wasn't. Like
He's thinking long term.
Exactly. I made 2K that month, and then I didn't touch nothing like that for another 9 months. You know, the max I would make is like 400. So, like, it was like really like I was like, man, is like my peak really gonna be 2K? I was like, that's tough. But after moving out, even moving out at $700K, it's kind of risky because I only had like $20,000 in the bank. Like I only had $20,000, and then it's like,
bro, how old were you?
I was 20.
Bro, come on.
Yeah, that's great.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, it was good, but it's like I rent a house, so I got to pay rent. Then I got to pay him. Then I got to pay my editor.
But still, you're 20 years old.
Exactly, but it's like,
dude, your dad had to have been like secretly proud of you on the side.
You see, they were proud of me for moving out, but when they were really proud of me,
get the fuck out. We're proud of you for that.
When it really hit them was when Mark Cuban came up to me and he recognized me and he asked me for a picture. And when I told my mom and showed her that clip, that's when he was like,
they got it.
Yeah, it really registered.
Got it.
Right.
What was the most heartwarming moment with you and your father? Like, or your mom, but like, what was a moment where you were like, this is what I did? Because I feel like you do it for your family. It's not really just for you. I feel like you do it to like, not to prove them wrong, but to make them proud.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just for me. I'm just not gonna cap. Like,
I respect you being honest. Damn, I set you up too to look like so nice you could easily dunked on it.
Yeah,
no wonder your dad's like, I don't give a fuck. He doesn't care about us at all.
No, I'm gonna take care of my family and everything, but like it was for me. Like it's my dream. Like I wanted to do it since I was a kid. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
But what was the most heartwarming moment with you and your parents?
So my mom, she would always tell me, because whenever I would go out recording my videos, she was always afraid, because my friends, like, they were doing great. Like, they were, like, going to college. Like, one of my friends, he went to Texas Tech. My other friend, he was going to school, and he was working at his dad's mechanic shop. So it was like they really had their lives, like, you know, together. And then it's like me over here, I'm dropping out. My dad just got 100% disability from the VA, and I'm squandering it, and the VA stops paying for my college. So my mom was just, like, on my ass, like, every day. Like, I would have to go to Starbucks to edit videos because it would just be too stressful to, you know, do it at the house, because, like, my mom, if she just saw me editing instead of doing homework, she's going to get mad at me. So she would always be like, you can't be clowning on the internet all the time to make money. You have to, she said, the only way out is education. My mom would just always harp on that. And she was like, you're going to get left behind by your friends. And it's like, I could see why she said that. Like, I'm not going to be mad at her, but it was just like one of those things where it was just like, Mom, trust me. But, you know, she just didn't see it because, like, that's not in her generation. Mm-hmm. So I'll never forget this day. It was like December 2021. We were over at Faye's Ruggs' house, and my mom just calls me. And I'm just like, oh, let me see what she's talking about. She's just complaining about my brother. So I'm just like, listening, like, yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. I always just say yes, ma'am. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And then she was like, I'm sorry. And then I was like, what? And she was like, you proved me wrong. And, like, the fact that, like, she's like, I'm not going to lie, I was really worried about you, but she said, you proved me wrong, and I'm very proud of you. And the fact that she, like, gave that to me and gave, like, you know, because she didn't have to give that to me.
Did you cry?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't cry. But I really felt appreciative. Like, I was like, appreciate you. Because a lot of parents, they would take that to their grave.
Yeah, they'd be too prideful to say something about it, to call you and say,
I come from a home where my mom and dad were like, at a young age, they're like, this is your journey. You got to go after it. The fuel that I had was like, if God forbid anything goes wrong, like, we tried, right?
Yeah.
There was no pressure to, like, be like, I got to show them that I could do this. What was your fuel? Like, how did, like, the days were, because, like, this lifestyle is hard, bro. When you have a bad day in this work, it takes a lot on you to shoot for 2 weeks, to edit, and then 15 people watch it. How were you moving forward in a home where they didn't want you to move forward?
I just kept on moving forward because it was just like, I saw the vision so clear. Like, it was like almost like it was tangible. So it's like, if you damn near know that something is guaranteed, if you continue at it, it's like, why stop? So if your vision's a little blurry and you really can't see it, but if it's clear and you could, like, touch it, then you just got to keep on going until you get it.
What was your avenue and your way of life, like, did you tie it with God, with your business immediately, or was it like...
Definitely. So I was actually about to delete my channel because I was stuck for so long. I was stuck at 244 for 6 months. And I called my friend. I was like, yo, man, I'm about to just delete it. I said I was going to hop on Forex. I was like, I'm going to just do this Forex stuff, because that's when Forex was popular.
What's Forex?
Oh, man, you don't even want to know about it. It's the biggest scam ever. Like,
what is that?
It's a giant pyramid scheme.
But what is it? Like, is it a platform? Like, what is it?
Oh, so how can I explain it? So basically, they would teach you how to, like, get into the stock market and make money. But to do it, you had to pay for the class. But then if you get more people in, you get leveled up and stuff. But the way they presented
so it has nothing to do with your field.
No. That's what I'm just saying.
Okay, you're giving up. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, like, I was
it's like Arbonne, you know?
Never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
I'm
Some
sorry,
people know.
she's
You know,
new.
Arbonne. People know Arbonne Cosmetics. It's the same, like, pyramid scheme thing, but yeah.
But these people are cringy. Like, they're like, everybody in this room's a future million. Like, it was a cringy era. I don't even want to go back to it.
Oh, well, you were in it.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't want to go back to it.
Come on. If you're a fan of this show and you want to watch it live, well, I have good news. We're doing our first podcast live show. It's going to be at Brea Improv in Brea, California, obviously. And if you guys want to get tickets, again, link is in the description. This is my first show that we're doing live, and I am beyond excited, and I can't wait to see who actually clicks the link and is going to meet me there. It's going to be a party. We're going to turn up. We're going to blow the roof off. I can't say that because I'm Middle Eastern. They'll probably get scared of saying that. It's going to be fun. Get the tickets, man.
But I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to just do this Forex, and I'm deleting the channel. And he was like, bro, too many of us helped you with the videos. They're just like, you don't have to upload, just don't delete them. So I was like, all right. So for 2 weeks, I didn't do anything. And then I was just looking at my channel, and I was just like, man, I missed this. And I thought of this crazy idea, and I was like, you know what? Instead of me riding the trends and doing everything, I want to do this myself. And so I went to the kitchen table, and I remember just praying. I said, God, please let me do this just for myself. Like, don't think about the views. Don't think about anything like that. Just think about making the best content possible and keeping you first and just having fun with it. And I prayed that prayer.
Amen.
And I posted that next video, and it wasn't really doing nothing, but something just told me, post on TikTok. So I posted it on TikTok, and I'm doing Uber Eats. I'm doing Uber Eats because when you do Uber Eats, you get the money right away, so then I can go out and film videos.
Right.
So while I'm doing Uber Eats, it was up for 4 hours, and I go back to check on it, and it was at 180,000 views and 20,000 likes. And I was like, yo. And it was my first TikTok to ever blow up. And I was like, let's go. And then 2 days later, it was at 6 million views, and I went from 244, and I went up 20,000 subscribers. So that was my first growth ever in 6 months.
Because you gave it to God, bro.
Gave it to God, and then never looked back. And then 2020, we ended the year with 330,000 subs. Then going into 2021, in the beginning of 2021, we had 400,000.
That's awesome.
And at the end of 2021, guess how many subs we had?
No, tell me.
4 million.
Wow. Yo, when God works, though, this is the thing that I talk about. When people go, how do you see God? It's like when you have a relationship with him, it's like when you have a relationship with a girlfriend or a father, when you see him work, it's undoubtable. It's like, I tried, it would not work. It was hitting up against the wall. I almost gave up. I was almost out. And what I feel like I always bring it back to the Lazarus effect. It's the boulder is holding that dead dream, that dead human, that dead situation, that dead relationship. But if you give it to God, he could bring it back to life and be more fruitful than it could ever be. And that's actually a better place to be, because then you know you're not alone.
Yeah.
So when you're out in this field and you're like, well, these people are weird, or this is uncomfortable, you're like, nah, I'm not here alone. God's here. And he's gonna put his righteous right hand over me.
That's why I don't like to go to LA, because I notice whenever LA people hit you up, they're like, yo, when's the next time we popping out to LA? When you come? And it's never like, yo, when can we come to you? I respect it so much that you popped out to me, because no one ever pops out to me. It's like, when can you come here? Or when can you do this? When can you do that? It's just weird. And it's just always LA.
Yeah.
I never got it.
You know what it is, man? I tend not to get too angry anymore at them, because what I do is I picture my life without God. And if I did not have a God looking after me and looking after my field, my fruits, my everything, then I would have to then rely on everybody else around me. And I would do it in a way that's probably gross. Like, hey, when are you going to come? And I'm going to use you, and I'm going to use you because I need you to help me. But then if you have a God that's supplying all your needs, now it's like, what can I do for you? Yeah. And then it changes your heart. So, I'm so proud of you, man. And I said this on the Impulsive episode. And when I watched you guys talk about how you guys were talking, I honest to God, and not in a cheesy way, I prayed that I would rather you lose your career than lose God, because I know you would be happier without a career.
Definitely.
Than a career without God.
Oh yeah, there was points where it was just it's crazy. You can really be depressed and have everything around you be great. I think that's the worst feeling ever, is because when things are bad in your situation, you have in your head, if I fix this, then my situation will get better. Yep. But when everything in your situation is sound and good, looking outside, but the inside is just something not right, that's the worst feeling. It's
the worst feeling, because you're like, what the fuck? All those nights, all those days that I bled over this, I should be happy. And that's why I tell people, happiness starts today. Today. There was a study, that I found pretty exciting. They said the part of your brain that you get anxiety from is the same part of your brain that has gratitude.
Really?
So you can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. It won't work. It's the same brain. So then in the Bible where it goes, instead of being anxious, be grateful.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
It's so, when you told me that,
crazy to think that they were calling out legitimate things that scientists have found out about. That's why he's like, there's always something you can be grateful about, right? Even a poor man can find gratitude. That's why you could look. They also did a study where there's a lot of homeless people that were way more happier than the rich.
A lot of homeless people, it's weird. Like, a lot of homeless people couldn't, like, they don't even have to be homeless. I remember we did this one thing where it was a Travis Scott burger, and we just gave the Travis Scott burger out to a bunch of homeless people, like, for a bit in the video. It was this one homeless dude, and we gave it to him. And for some reason, like, I just ate it with him, and we just talked. And I got to talking to him. Brody was telling me how he used to be a professor at A&M, and how he was doing all this, and how he worked in the military and all this stuff. And I was just like, man, like, what happened? He was just talking about how his wife died, how he fell into depression and stuff. And I was like, man, and he's like talking about how, like, he lost his house. And I was like, man, you don't have anybody to turn to? He's like, oh, no. My kids tell me all the time I could come live with them. And I was like, really? I was like, why don't you? And he was like, I just want to be by myself. And he was like, that's like a lot of us. Like, a lot of homeless people, they could get shelter if they wanted to, but they don't.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, like, they find peace in just being in the world.
I was talking to Belle and Reed about this. I found happiness in not living beyond my means. I'm not chasing myself. And I've realized that my friends will live a lifestyle or live a quality of life that they're not ready for.
Yeah.
And it comes with so much anxiety because two things happen. One, you're chasing yourself to pay it off. And then two, it's like, oh my God, if this all leaves and everybody around me or maybe they won't love me or maybe they won't look at me the same. And it's like, if you live underneath your means, you're comfy, you're cozy because you're like, oh, I'm here, I'm chilling. I could go up there, but I'm not. I'm good. I'm right here. And I could pay this off for 10 years rather than 1 year at a time when I'm like chasing myself and I find myself to be in a place where I'm very successful. And I look at some of my friends, and I'm not judging, but they're not at a level of money where I would be making the investments that they're making. Yeah. And I'm at my level where I have a good amount of money, and I'm like, I wouldn't pay for that because that's stupid. Why would you pay for that? You'd be struggling. And a lot of people would rather struggle behind scenes and make themselves look good in the public eye than just look normal and be normal. Like, it's like a weird thing. It's like, I don't understand it.
I was the same way. Like, I remember back in like 2020, I tried to get my dad to get me a Hellcat. I was gonna put both of us in debt. And my dad was like, this is a bad idea. And he still went with me to the car dealership to do it.
Dude, I love your dad. Your dad's like, no. And then he'll be there. Okay. No, I don't want to do it. We'll be there.
My dad's awesome.
So
wait, hold on. I want to know about this. What happened to the Hellcat?
Oh, no, I didn't get that shit. both of our
but now
credit
you
was
have money,
shot.
and I noticed you don't have a Hellcat.
No, it's weird. Like, I don't care about that stuff anymore at all. Like,
because you did it because you wanted to show people that you're doing well.
And now that you know you're doing well, you're like, I don't need to show that I'm doing well.
Bill Gates looks like he shops at Gap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care. You're not like, oh, he's broke. You're like, no, he's rich.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never liked the jewelry. But again, like, my hero was Christ. So when I watched him like ride a donkey instead of like a beautiful horse, I was like, there's a reason for it. There's not a reason that he just didn't choose the horse. If he wanted to choose the nicer things, he would be filled with diamonds. People would be throwing diamonds at his feet.
Yeah.
But he didn't want it. And so I was like, if he doesn't want it, I don't want it. I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, it's okay. No, I was just gonna ask because you were doing your videos in 2020, right? But you weren't going live yet, correct?
Yeah, nah, I didn't start live streaming until 2021. Cause shout out to Cenat, my brother from another mother. He's the one that put me on with streaming.
Oh, really?
Like, he told me to get into it. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's what a lot of people say, like, obviously, like, the pranks is what got me known and stuff, but I feel like a lot of the things that, like, really kind of got my name established and stuff came from streaming, like the Pokimane incident, just like,
well, that ended you there, right? When you like,
no,
kicked you off the platform, though.
Oh, on Twitch, yeah, but then now I'm on Rumble. I just got a Rumble deal, and it's like, you know, like, it's like thank you. It's like I'm blessed. Like, it's like it sucks. It's like misogyny made me more popular, but you know what?
That's so funny.
If I wouldn't change anything about that situation, because it's like I made a friend. Bless you. That was a good sneeze.
I just
left some residue.
That was a good sneeze.
That was so disgusting. Can we cut around that by any chance? Or is there,
No.
I'm so grossed out by myself. I'm so sorry about that.
So did you pop on Kai's stream and you're like, oh, this is so much fun. I love it. I'm going to do it on my own too?
No, he was just telling me about it.
How'd you guys meet?
How do we meet? Oh, man. So I met Kai, like, I did this video where I hired a professional cuddler.
Cuddler?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where do you get these fucking ideas from, bro?
So that one, it wasn't a David Dobrik bit. Like, he just had it for a small bit. But then when I looked up for a YouTube video, I noticed no one made a YouTube video about it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this would be a great YouTube video. So I hired a professional cuddler. She came over. And
Wait, where do you find a professional cuddler?
you just type in professional cuddler. There's like a website. Literally.
What, was she in pajamas?
Yeah. She actually went to the restroom, changed, and then she came back out, and we set up candles everywhere, and we just kind of made it like a little skit.
Wait, what?
But she, for real, like she just cuddles with people and stuff like that.
Was she a good cuddler? Were you like, oh, this is good cuddling?
Oh yeah, I almost fell asleep during the video. I forgot we were filming. Like,
No way.
Oh yeah.
Did you feel
Am
like
I
you
the
were...
only one that thinks that's
Like,
fucking gross? That's gross.
I'm not gonna lie, it's like the beginning of a porno. Like Vito's just like filming us in the bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you feel like you were paying for a prostitute? Like,
But nothing ends up happening. It was like totally non-sexual. It's just cuddling.
But like, it's a female.
Yeah.
did she big spoon you?
That's wild.
She did. I big spooned her and she big spooned me. Actually, nah, I like being little spoon. I'm not gonna lie. So she,
That's Georgie's.
I'm little spoon in the thumbnail.
I'm always little spoon, bro.
Imagine like, because in the thumbnail I was thinking like, imagine like just a big ass black dude and this little girl spooning him. And so I did that video, and then Kai, he did it. And I would have a thing where like people would do my videos and like not say anything. So I'm like, oh damn, it's another dude doing one of my videos. Probably didn't give me credit. Then I click on it, and he was like, yo, shout out to Jidion. I seen him do this. I was like, damn, that's love.
That's love, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Because
love.
he was killing it at the time?
We were literally at the same time. We were at the same size.
Cool.
Like we were both at like 700K, so we were big. But he was nowhere as big as he is now. Like,
For those of you guys that don't know the world like social media, a lot of social creators would basically just bite somebody else's image. Like they would watch it and they'd be like, oh, I'm going to recreate this. And they would never give anybody credit for it. I'm not going to name people that do it, but like a lot of majority of people that are killing it started out their whole career just by ripping. Like sometimes even play by play.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he gave you
yeah, God,
credit.
he showed love. And then he took my video and then evolved it. What I love is like if you get an idea from me and then like you evolve it into something else that I didn't even think of, that's even tough. So what he did was in his next video that he did, he became a cuddler. And so like he took it one step further. So I knew of him since then, but I still didn't hit him up. And one day my editor just came up, he was like, yo, you heard about this Cenat dude? I was like, yeah. I've been watching his videos for a minute now because I started watching his videos. He was like, yo, bro, you should do something with him. He's funny. And like he just said that. I was like, damn, I should. Like, I just never hit people up. Like, there's so many people. I do a better job of it now. When I find someone funny, like I'll hit them up and show love. But I just never hit anybody up. So I just hit him up. I was like, yo, man, been loving your content, bro. You will. And then he hit me up. And then we hopped on the phone. And then we ended up talking for like 4 hours. It's just crazy because we had just like similar stories, like his college experience and him figuring out that it wasn't working for him and stuff. And then like we just had similar experiences. I was like, bro, whenever you come to Texas, bro, let me know. And we could do something. He's like, bro, I'm going to DreamCon. You should pop out. I didn't even know that was happening. And so
What's DreamCon?
So there's these other creators. They're RDCworld. They're this skit animation comedy group. And oh man, they make these hilarious videos and animations and stuff. And they had a convention. We just went to the convention this year. The first year I went, they had like 4,000 people come. So just having 4,000 people come from across America to a convention of yours and you're being a YouTuber is already lit enough. Guess how many people they had this year?
10?
20,000. Had a whole convention center.
Did you say 10?
Yeah.
Oh, you meant like 10,000?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn, man.
He's like, damn, they fall off. No, they had 20,000. I love those dudes. But I met him at DreamCon, and it was just surreal because it was like I'm meeting all my favorite YouTubers that I like grew up with. But it was also surreal because I was like at 900K at this point, Nobody knew who I was. None of them. Like, I was like, yo, I'm Dante. He was like, what's good? I was like, yo, Mark, what's good? Yo, Desmond, what's good? Nobody knew who I was. And like, everybody knew who Kai was because like he was in the space then, like, because like my community was more white back then, but like his was more black, and like they were all black groups, so they all knew who he was. And I was just like, man, I got so much more work to do. And I remember Kai was talking to Mark, and they were like, yo, man, we're about to go party and stuff. And then Kai looked over at me. He was like, yo, Mark, is it cool? My boy Jidion comes. And I'll never forget this. I told Mark about this. Mark looked at me. He looked me up and down. He was like, yeah.
He sized you up first?
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah. And he was like, go get ready, Jidion. And I was just like, nah, man. He was like, why not? I was like, nah, bro. Like, he's like, I want to get invited one day. I was like, I'm going to just chill in the hotel, and I'm just chill. And so I'm going to the hotel, and then I met one of the other members, Desmond. And I'm talking to him in the elevator. I'm like, yo, man, you guys are killing it, bro. Like, congrats with all the success and everything. He's like, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. And then the elevator opens, and then, like, I walk out. But, like, before it closed, because he was going to go up more, I, like, turned around, and I was like, I promise you, by next year, you'll all know who I am. And he was like, yeah. He was like, all right, yeah. And then the crazy thing about it is, before that end of the year, all those creators I had met, they all followed me on Instagram, and they all knew who I was. And then the next year, this is why I have so much respect for RDC, especially Desmond and Mark. Desmond, I was telling them the story because I had forgot I was talking to Desmond. And I was telling them that story. And they were like, man, who was it? Who was it you were talking to in the elevator? I knew it was one of them, but I couldn't remember who. And then we're chilling in the break room. And then Desmond was like, it was me. And he was like, you were talking to me. And he just told me about it, how he was just on Instagram. I mean, he was on TikTok, and he seen a clip of me. And he was like, I was like, that's the dude I saw in the elevator.
Oh,
and
really?
he was like, you did that shit, bro. He was like, I'm proud of you.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
And I got so much love for them dudes. If any of y'all, next year, whenever they do, you guys got to come to RDCCon next
I'm
year.
down.
It's every year in Houston, in Austin.
That's cool.
I'm down.
Yeah, that's so much fun. What do you guys do there?
How would you be able to do that? I'm tall. If you could do that right now, I would love you.
Oh, you got that?
I'm tall.
No, he got this, bro.
Oh, he's a climber. He likes the climber thing.
What a G, bro. I found him on Craigslist, bro.
Craigslist. Are you being for real?
I'm being so dead ass.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
You are a fuck. Look at that.
Read.
I want so much love in the comment section for Reed right now. I love you, bro.
You're not white anymore.
Thank God. I was sweating so much, bro.
Oh, really?
And I'm like squinting, looking at you because I'm like, this is getting so hot, bro. I was like, oh God, dude, you just made this so much more enjoyable.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you cry at night?
What
Do
the
I cry at night?
Yeah. Do you cry at night knowing that you'll never be able to watch another women's basketball game?
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, you set me up with that one.
Dude, that was good.
You know what's crazy? I think they knew it wasn't a punishment banning me from the WNBA, so like they threw the NBA in there.
Yeah.
I cry at night knowing I can't see my boy Cat or LeBron retire. I'm not gonna be won't be able to. I'm gonna definitely still go, but
What happens if you do
How?
go?
they said, in case the people that might not know, so
Please explain
Oh,
this, bro.
yeah.
By the way, you're an asshole for this. I have to say, you're an asshole for this.
Yeah.
But my God, bro, I almost peed myself laughing.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It was
Thank
really,
you, thank
really,
you,
really funny.
thank you.
You know what I love about you, bro, is that you not only will take that shit to the next level, but you guys don't fucking break, bro. You do not break.
So I'm gonna tell you. So basically, what we did was I bought 4 courtside seats at a WNBA game, and I took a nap. And like there were my seats. Like I had the like sleeping cap. I had
That's
the
what did
nightgown.
it for me. Like you didn't just show up in your regular clothes. You had a sleeping bonnet, like a long sleeping bonnet.
I'm surprised stores don't sell those. I had to get that off of Amazon. And then I had a pillow, and they were like, "Why are you bringing a pillow in here?" And I was like, "Oh, I had anal reassignment surgery."
No.
And you just say that, and like
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
they would just let you through. And I had my blanket. And they legit just kicked me out and banned me before the game was over.
What quarter was it when they kicked you out?
So I tried to kind of do it in the third, but they kind of got mad and they were like, "Don't do that again." And then I did it in the
Who said
fourth.
don't do that again?
It was like one of the securities.
You started laying down.
Yeah.
And where's your cam guy? Like, how was he?
Oh, Vito was just
That
right
was
across
you?
the way.
That's so funny.
Vito
bro.
records everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
other side of the court.
Do you stress out when this stuff is happening?
Yeah,
You're
how
like,
do you
"Oh my
not
God."
stress, bro?
Sometimes, like in that situation, I wasn't supposed to have that. I mean, technically, I was able to have that camera by their rules and fucking definition, but I wasn't supposed to have that camera in there. So I'm trying to be slick, like I'm having it on my knee. But I had someone with me, so it's so much easier when there's someone with me because I can just bullshit. You know, it looks like we're just like,
Shadow Cankles.
Yeah, shadow cankles, tough.
Where you were also you play when you guys were like Mormons or something like that. You were like deaf or like you couldn't speak or something.
Did we say that on there?
Yeah, that was Loaf that had said that when Loaf
yeah.
was like, "There's death."
Bro, I can't tell you how bad that one rocked me.
Really?
We're at the WWE in Saudi, and like Logan's literally about to go out and do the craziest thing. And also, so was I. I was literally.
Oh yeah, you were part of it.
I was about to be part of it, bro. And I just got the news that I was doing it. Rehearsal was 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, dude, like, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking stressful. And then all of a sudden, I just see a herd of people around Logan, and Logan's just cracking up, bro. Just fucking watching your shit, cracking up. So we all heard, and I'm watching, and I'm like, this kid's just a different level of entertainer. You are so far past it, bro. You entertain the entertainers.
Damn. That's crazy.
You are, bro.
That's crazy.
Even though you're a two-faced bitch, but you still entertain. Let's jump into that, bro. How do you feel about that? Like, you
How do
guys
I feel about it?
If you're a fan of this show and you want to watch it live, well, I have good news. We're doing our first podcast live show. It's going to be at Brea Improv in Brea, California, obviously. And if you guys want to get tickets, again, link is in the description. This is my first show that we're doing live, and I am beyond excited, and I can't wait to see who actually clicks the link and is going to meet me there. It's going to be a party. We're going to turn up. We're going to blow the roof off. I can't say that because I'm Middle Eastern. They'll probably get scared of saying that. It's going to be fun. Get the tickets, man. Oh, bro, before you even say anything.
What's up?
I could show you the clip. We'll send it to you.
Yes.
A week before this shit happens, I say a joke on the podcast. A joke. I go, and you know who else is a two-faced bitch? I was like, Jidion, bro. And my joke was that you're actually really nice in real life and you don't fuck with people. And like, there's this whole bit. And then I was like, nah, it's not funny. Let's cut it. And I randomly cut it. And then 2 or 3 days later, that shit happens.
Really?
And I'm like, oh my God, imagine if I would have put that out. People would have clipped it and made it seem like I was siding with Logan.
Yeah.
What a fucking weird, like, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
It was just like,
Damn,
it was like an improv joke, and I did it, and it was just like, nah, it didn't work. And they're like, we'll just get rid of it. And then that happened, and I'm like, I just everybody looked at me, and I was like, dude, imagine if you put that shit out.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a sucky situation because I did fuck with Logan, but I mean, it's just like I didn't fuck with the fact that his brother was just dogging on me and he was just laughing about it.
A little too hard.
So explain your point of view, right? So I saw his point of view, and he went out and I think he talked about it on Flagrant, right?
Yeah, he talked about it on Flagrant, but like he left out so many parts. Yeah. Like,
so explain your side of things.
So how I looked at it is like it's just like, you know, when like let's say if it was JJ let's say if Jake was going at JJ, you know, he would have been like, yo, chill, or he wouldn't be laughing, you know what I mean? And then it's like, but when it's me, it's like he's laughing, and then it got me thinking like, oh man, this is all set up. Like, were you part of this? Like, you know, like did y'all stage it?
Seems skinny.
Okay, so I agree and I disagree because Jake and JJ do go at each other though. And he always just says, I'll stay out of it. But if somebody makes a joke, he'll crack up and laugh, but he'll be like, no, I don't want to be a part of it. So in his defense in that point of view, I feel like I understand both of your guys' point of views.
But my problem wasn't even that, because that was my problem, but I kept it chill after that. But what my problem was when we talked about it afterwards, he was like, yo, man, you went too far, when I made a response at Jake, because I kept my response at Jake only, but he was saying that I went too far. But it's like...
So he was defending him,
Yeah,
and
he
not
definitely
defending
sided
you.
with his brother.
So it's like how am I going too far when Jake started this, and all I'm doing is just, you know, responding back. That'd be like me getting punched, and then I punch back. It's like, damn, bro, why you punch back? It's like, and I was like, what? And I still kept it cool, and I didn't say anything, and I just, you know, left Prime, and I was just like, yo, I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, damn, you left Prime over that.
Not over that, but it was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, pretty much.
After that,
It just felt weird.
It just felt
Did
weird.
you feel like
he
was like you should listen to me now that like you're a part? Did you feel like you were like
No, it wasn't anything like that. No, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie like that. But it was just like, damn, you know, I'm over here doing the craziest stuff. Like, you know, I went into Gatorade HQ and did all that.
You were blowing them up. That was like crazy content.
And it was just like, you know, and it was just like, damn, this is the respect I get, you know? It's like, I don't care if you laugh, but it's just like, it's the fact that he kept on. It was just a lot of things added on. And then when I respond, you're going to get on me. So I just leave and I try to keep it cool. Like, I literally, whenever I told my chat, I was like, yeah, I left Prime. I told them, I was like, you know, and it really was me leaving because I wanted to focus more on me. Because I was like, you know what? Like, I've been a year, like, learning from them. Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot from under them. Like, just like how to grow your own business outside with your platform and stuff. And that's the whole reason why I really joined, is just to like learn.
Yeah.
Learn. And because, bro, they're the two biggest creators and they built this product that's about to be one of the biggest products in the world. So it's like, I want to learn about that. But, you know, when I felt like I was kind of getting disrespected, I just wanted to already step out. Because it was like, I already got so much shit for joining Prime. So it's like, I'm getting shit for
Did
joining
you
you
sold
guys.
out or something?
Yeah. Everybody was saying that. So it's like, I'm already getting shit for joining Prime. And then I'm getting shit in Prime.
Yeah.
I'm getting shit on it with. And I have nothing wrong with anybody at Prime. Like, they're all great people. Like,
Dude, you know what would be really good?
what?
You drink a Celsius.
A drink of Celsius?
Just
Is
team
that
up
why you
with
got it back there?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Can you have one of these?
Yeah, of course. Get as many as you want.
Okay.
Are you sponsored by them?
Yep.
Oh, really? Congrats, bro.
Thank you. Do you want ice?
Is it better with ice?
Definitely.
cold.
Here,
It's
I'm
been
not
up in
trying
the sun.
to
I like it.
do the water. I don't
Yeah.
want to do stereotypes, but I'm
Could
gonna
you
try
do
watermelon.
the
That's not
little
a
Drake,
watermelon.
little Drake
Oh, it's not
situation?
watermelon?
Nah.
Oh, damn. Then I am doing the stereotype.
David is gonna get you the nice little Drake vibe with a wine glass and some ice.
Say less. Say less.
How are you and JJ?
Oh man, I love JJ.
They're good at like staying out of each other's drama, huh?
Oh yeah, bro. JJ is so real. Oh, so let's get to.
He really is like the sweetest dude.
He is amazing.
He's a sweet dude, bro.
So the day of the fight, I wouldn't say there was really tension, but like I was like, "Yo, what's up, Logan?" And he really didn't say nothing.
Nah, you were messing around with them.
I was, but
Yeah.
I mess around with everybody.
True.
It's all jokes.
I mess around with
But
everybody.
do you think they took it personal because you left?
I don't know why he took it personal. All I said was, "Yo," I said, "Yo, Logan, can we switch seats?"
Yeah.
And he's just gonna call me a bitch, and it's just like, your brother called me a bitch, and now you're calling me a bitch. So it's like it really confirmed how I was thinking, you know?
Yeah.
I said, "Yo, Logan, can we switch seats?" And you call me a two-faced bitch. And so I just told him how I felt. Like, you know, I didn't cuss him out or nothing. But I was just like, this is the reason why. Because he thought it was because of the UFC thing. And I had to tell him, like, no, it's not because of that. Like, it was because
How did that make you feel though?
What?
That he was just like, yo, move.
I don't think anybody's in the wrong in that situation because I get where he's coming from, and I get where we're coming from. Because what people don't know is that we were having so many connection issues. Like where we were sitting was like the best place for us to be, and like us moving could like jeopardize the whole stream because you know it was just bad connection in there.
It was a fight to get that.
Did they ask you to come for that?
I didn't go for Prime. I went. It was me. Like it was me with Rumble. So it had nothing to do with Logan or nobody.
Oh, so
I didn't
then
even know he was gonna be there until I got there.
So then he just asked you to move your seat regardless.
Yeah, like we were there before them. You know, like they were in their seats.
Can we get him ice too?
Yeah, he got me.
Oh, ice in there. That's not a cup though.
Hey, you can keep it.
That's a code.
You could drink from it though, but that's not a cup.
I can make it work.
It holds liquid.
So basically,
It's gonna be
you
really
went
cool.
there for a different job that had nothing to do. Were you with Prime or no? You still were with Prime. At
Yeah,
this
I was
time.
with Prime, but I wasn't there because of Prime.
Got it. And then he kindly asked you, he's like, hey man, I just don't want to be on the stream.
Yeah. Like he was there with
Which
his
is
girl.
fair. It's a fair thing.
Yeah, I'm not tripping about that at all. And so I just think it was just like an awkward moment caught on camera, and then like the internet just ran with it. But I'm not gonna lie, it was funny as hell. People were saying like I got Rosa Parked and stuff, like that. Like they were making memes and stuff. Like it was some of the funniest stuff. Like I really
Yeah.
thought it was funny.
Did he say it out loud or did he just like whisper it in your ear?
No, everybody heard him on chat.
Oh, that's fucked. He should have just whispered in your ear.
I mean, it's all good. It's
He
all
should have been
good.
like, get in the fucking back. Don't even look at me. Take your shit and get the fuck out of here.
But I'm not gonna lie though, like it's like I fucking hate drama. Like this shit.
I don't think that this is worth drama. I
That's
think
what- it's so
you guys should
stupid.
patch it up. I don't think it's something that. Here's the thing, bro. We talk about spirituality, right?
Yeah.
God, what does he say? He doesn't say be a peace. He says be not a peacekeeper, a peacemaker. So, at what point do you have to kind of rise above the shit that you're like, all right, dude, I understand your point of view. Let's figure this out and move on from it. Because at the end of the day, like he did give you an opportunity to work with him and work with his company. He chose you over everybody.
Well, that's the thing. Like he didn't choose me. Like everybody says that. Like it was
Logan gave him.
because I hit up Mams, KSI's manager, and asked him if I can join. Like everybody thinks like Logan brought me in. Like Logan's the one that obviously he probably had a deciding factor. I'm not gonna say he didn't.
Well, from behind the scenes, he was mad excited and braggy about having you.
He was?
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. He had mad love, and behind camera, he would just gas you up more than like he gasses up Mike, and Mike's his like right hand man. So like I again I understand both points of views. I truly think it's a misunderstanding. And like it's just uncomfortable to say this because like I'm the guy who left Impulsive, but but he does have a lot of shit qualities that he needs to work on for sure. And a pride has to do a lot with it, like the way he speaks with his brother. But I have to give it to him when I think he's wrong, and I have to give it to him when I think he's right. I think both points of views was just like a misunderstanding. You didn't like.
I see it from that too, and like I do see it. I see it from his point of view, and I see it from my point of view. I just think it's one of those situations now where it's just like at least on my end, it's just like, yo, you know what? I wish you the best and whatever you have in your life going on and stuff like that. But it's just like. All the people that you have fallen outs with in life, you don't have to rekindle and get back. Just, you know, if we ever do talk again, I'm chill. Like, you know, there's no beef on my end. Like, it's stupid. What are we really arguing about? A seat? Like, you know, it's not deep like that. Like, he actually has a real fight coming up. You know.
How do you feel about all that?
I'm not gonna lie. What Dillon doing is pretty scummy. Like it is very.
That's what Bell says.
I just think it's gone too far. I think like I understand that's what fighters do, but I think there's a line, and that line's been crossed.
But I can't lie, it is hilarious at the same time.
It's like, but I wish he wasn't somebody that I know.
Yeah.
Because bro, it's like fuck, dude. Like at the end of the day, we all laugh, but we move on from it.
Yeah.
What happens when you can't move on from it, bro?
Yeah.
It's just too much. It seems like really like I know you were like it's not evil, but like to me it's like bro, like that's her life, dog. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? That's her life. Her children are gonna see that shit.
I understand that, but like it's also like, you know, her, and I know this sounds bad to say, but it's also her decision
to put it out there,
putting all this stuff out there.
Yeah, it was her content that he just like found and reused. But
now if he was like doing AI edits of her and all this stuff wasn't real, but it's like, you know, bizarre world of.
Well, he is posting fake shit too.
He is, but it's like it's so much real stuff in there where it's like it doesn't even matter what he posts that's fake.
Yeah.
But now the fake stuff is like some of the fake stuff is almost worse than the real stuff. And then it's like, well, what's real, what's not real, and then the general public doesn't even understand that, so they think that it's all real.
I feel that, yeah.
I don't know, just and some of the things I think that he's said now about her, it kind of feels. It's like you're not supposed to see that. It feels so personal, you know?
My thing is this, like, fuck, this is gonna sound terrible, but like, I think he just lost. Like, even if you beat him, right?
Oh yeah.
Even if you beat him, you respectfully beat nobody in boxing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, taking that fight was like, I felt like it was his warm up, and like, I really don't think Dennis has a chance in this fight at all. I truly don't.
For real?
The guys are he practices every day for years now. Like him and his brother are not just fucking around. And you could say as much as you want about Logan, the dude's a fucking workhorse. And now you just put the biggest gasoline in him, bro. Like I don't think he's losing that fight. Really? I think he'd rather die in that ring than lose that fight.
Wait, you think Logan is gonna beat up Dillon?
Oh, bad.
Really?
Yeah, bad.
Oh, I mean, I don't know enough about fighting really to.
Yeah, bad. I don't think Dennis could throw hands. I think he's like, I think if they got into a real fight, then he's fucked because then he can just take it to the ground.
Dillon's pretty big. Like seeing them next to each other, like on the screen, Dillon doesn't look that big, but he's actually pretty big.
He's big, but like I don't think he throws hands. I think he's just a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah.
I think he's a dangerous human being to go up against if you're like in the street.
Yeah.
If you're in the octagon, it's like, fuck no. Like, I don't want to do that at all. But like, if you're eliminating his best qualities in mixed martial arts, then this is not something that I would put. You're putting your money on Dillon Danis. You're putting 100K.
Yeah, man. You know, I want to help CryptoZoo people out. So if Dillon wants to help the victims of CryptoZoo, he got to win. But like, I don't understand. Like, to me, it's so stupid because he did something good with the 99 originals. I felt that was a great way of using crypto, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you go from 99 originals to CryptoZoo? Now, what I think happened is
CryptoZoo came first.
Yeah.
Oh, CryptoZoo came first?
Yeah.
He was releasing, I think he was releasing the 99, but he had been working on CryptoZoo longer, right? That's what it was?
All right, I'm going to jump into this because it's just going to look like I'm dick riding, but I'm not. This is just like truly, I just speak the truth, right?
Yeah.
I don't point the fingers and I don't try to put shit on people that are not. I want to make it very clear. Me and him are not friends right now. We're not friends. CryptoZoo was not his fault. I was there when he found out, bro, and it looked like somebody shot through his chest. I felt like it was a right thing to do to let people know that. Like if I know that in my heart, like if I watched it happen in front of me, I can't flame him for that.
You know the crazy thing about it, when you guys had your first falling out, I don't know the whole behind the scenes of when it really first started, but like in December, like 2022-ish, when things were really like kind of like picking up and stuff, and people were like, yo, what's going on with them? And he was talking about you and Jesus and everything. I watched that clip and like I felt really bad, and I want to actually come out here and publicly apologize to you because I feel like as a Christian, I didn't come out to publicly side with you when that all happened, you know? When
I really appreciate that.
And I really feel bad about that because I felt convicted to come out, but since
But you did. I think you did. When you were in your live stream, you were like, you said you like kind of like I'm with George on this. Like you did in a way, and I actually that meant a lot to me, bro. It really did, because not only did I lose a friend, bro, but like I lost a friend, and then like my business partner, and then everybody else looks up to him. So it was really scary leaving because I'm like, fuck, no one's gonna fuck with me because they fuck with him so much. So, but you saying that, like, it meant a lot to me.
I could have did more, you know. I could have said more.
I'm just kidding. No, but I appreciate you saying that, dude. That means a lot. And I'll say this. This is what I say behind closed doors, right? Like, we don't know what God's will is, right? Paul, ironically, was the worst disciple out of all of them before he was a disciple of God. Now, I know Logan behind closed doors. I know he has very terrible qualities, but I also know he's a very good man too. He has a good heart. He does good things. So when I saw him do this, I begged him not to post it. Not because of me. I knew I was going to be like, oh, this is great. This is going to make me look amazing.
Yeah.
But I knew it was going to hurt my friend's image, like in a really bad way. So I begged him 3 times, don't post that video. Sometimes people got to make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
And maybe what he's going through now is his relationship with God, and I just pray that him and his future family are good and they're protected and they find a God instead of trying to be God. And I think when you try to be God, the weight of the world falls on top of you.
Yeah, that whole era for him, I called him because at first it was you and the backlash from that. Then CoffeeZilla made his video. Then it was the backlash from that. Then that whole pig situation came. And I was just like, I saw that and I was just like, man. And so I called up Logan and I was like, bro, like, you know, all this happened after you were publicly bashing God on your platform. And he was like, yeah, bro, I know. And I was like, bro, I don't know what more sign that you need to turn to him. But I was like, this is the sign that you need to turn to him. And he was like, you know, yeah, I've been praying. You know, yeah, you're right. And I was like, I hope you're not just saying like, you know, I'm right. Like, you know, I like, and that was me like, because it's just like I just saw it, you know?
Yeah, it was in your heart.
Yeah.
And good for you for calling him and saying that, you know, being like, hey, this is my heart, you know, I think maybe, you know?
You know what scares me, dude, is how many more signs? You know what I mean? Like, what are you, like, bro, like, you know, what's next? I think it was the episode that you were on where he was like, if there's a God, present thyself. And then I literally, in the video, I go, I go, bro, the way he presents himself might not be the way you want to see it.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching all this happen, and I'm like, bro, like at what? But also, it's like, dude, like, he's obviously wanting a relationship with you. Like, he's making your world very hard. And sometimes that's what we need as humans. We need to humble ourselves. When you were at your lowest, who did you knock and try to hang out with? God. When I was at my lowest, when you were at your lowest, I don't know if you have a religious, like, yeah, when there's a reason why in the Bible it was, and forgive my language, it was pieces of shit that usually had the best relationship with God is because they hit rock bottom. And I just pray that, I just pray that their family becomes a family. And that they're good, and that they experience what real love is. And I think that's what's missing in that home is the true, endless generosity of God's love. Like it's something that we all could relate. We could sit here and we could talk hours about.
Yeah.
But it's hard to explain colors to a blind man. You have to see it. You know what I mean?
And he's colorblind.
Dude, I didn't even know that. Dude. We'll end the podcast here. Thanks, you. I'm just kidding. Just imagine.
But you knew he was colorblind.
I forgot about that.
Oh, you mean you forgot? Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, you know.
it wasn't like I was like sitting here being like, yeah. Just, every time I think of colorblind, I think of him crying in the video, and I was like, dude, maybe let me look at your shit before you post it out there. Okay, let's move on from the Pauls and let's go on to the next.
Let's move on from the title. We got you guys with the title. I got you guys.
I don't even know if that's gonna be. That was a big portion, actually. Portion. We're actually going to maybe use it in time. But you got some more drama with some E40 or like what was it?
E40.
Yeah.
He came back to life.
E40 died?
I don't know. Did he? I don't know.
No, E40 didn't die.
I don't know. I might have been thinking about Easy.
Why didn't anybody tell me when he went? He was telling me when to go, and nobody told me when he went.
I think I'm just pulling stuff out my ass. I don't even really know who E40 is. He's like
Did
a rapper.
E40
Oh,
die?
okay. Do I know one of his songs? Sing a song.
I don't even know.
Tell me
a
when to
song.
go. Tell me when. No way. Oh no, he's alive.
He's
Wait, no,
alive.
keep going. I want to know what song is.
Tell me when to go. Go dung, go dung. You don't know this? It's where G-Eazy found his insights.
I don't know
on.
EDP445.
EDP45.
Eat that pussy 445.
That's his name.
That's his name.
Oh, so it was hidden in his name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So is he
wow.
like a sex addict?
No, he's a predator.
Right.
And he's got caught in the past. Could you fill us in on people
Yes.
like us that don't know about
Yeah,
this?
so back in 2021, he got caught up trying to meet a 13-year-old girl. These YouTubers, they did like a sting operation. So it wasn't a real 13-year-old girl, but like he thought she was real, so he tried to go meet up with her. And they caught him. It was like an hour-long interview. And yeah, he gave us some quotables. Like he was like, fist bump? And he was like, I just came here for a cupcake. And so
How old is he?
he's like in his 30s.
Can I ask you something? Is he mentally all there?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are choices that he's truly making.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
is it also like a very gross approach, or was it like a
Very gross.
Okay.
So with the new investigation that we did, he actually talked to a 15-year-old girl. He contacted a 15-year-old girl, and I was
After?
Yeah, this is after the first time he got caught. So the first time he got caught, no criminal repercussions happened, like because the way
But he did go through a really big amount of pain, right?
No, it's good. He did, but it's like he didn't go to jail, so
So he didn't learn his lesson.
He didn't learn his
But
lesson.
I heard he like went broke. He had to sell his stuff. Like
Yeah, but like you
still
know,
didn't learn his lesson.
Didn't learn his lesson.
Dude, if you go to jail for that, like it's a wrap for you.
Like he needs to be someone's cupcake.
No, for real, that's what happened. No.
Right. No, I know
They
it.
put you in that position for you to get fucked.
I know he's gonna have to hold someone's pocket.
Yeah.
Why do you know so much about prisons? She just straight up said that like it was nothing.
Bro, you got a gangster. You got a ride or die, literally.
Just do.
Hold my shit.
Oh, drip pocket.
What's up? Okay, so.
So then in 2015, he meets up. Or no, not in 2015.
No,
he
that-
meets a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
Now,
he meets a
and
15.
yours.
Yeah, now. So
And you haven't posted the video yet.
Yeah, we haven't posted the video yet. We're working on it right now. That's gonna be coming out. We're aiming for September 22nd. We're gonna drop the video. But this one, the authorities all know the 15-year-old and her mother. They gave a statement, gave all the chat logs to the police. We confronted him. So
Is he in jail now or?
So we're waiting. We're waiting for the police to do their thing. The only reason why this is public because I was gonna wait until like this was like in the court process and everything. but the victim went public with it. So
He went public with it.
no, the victim.
girl.
The victim.
girl.
Okay, got you.
She went public with it. So since she went public with it, I just came out and was just, kind of talking about it a little bit. But I really hope this is the one that like gets him locked up.
Right.
He was on TikTok live last night, and one of his friends, I'm actually about to do an interview with them after this. They were like, bro, just admit to it. Like even his friends like know this. Like
Right.
And I talked to his friend a little bit before, and they were telling me how they cut him off, but he has kidney failure. So when they heard that he had kidney failure, they went back into his life just to see how he's doing, and they were hoping he changed. And like people around him are hurt that like he's doing this again, because I can only imagine.
Is he only
Yeah.
going after children, or is he
Yes.
just going after love? He'll take it from anybody.
He's literally said that he like in the chat log he literally talked about how like he's attracted to the fact that she's young.
Oh, okay, that's not
Like
good.
he was when he was like
so sick.
That's
waiting
so
for her
sad.
to turn 16, and he was gonna try to fly her out
To
so he
16?
could give her birthday dick, because over in
Wait, 16 is not.
but
You
in
can fly
Nevada,
alone, right?
16's legal.
You
But the
can't
thing is,
fly
it has to
somebody
be.
out.
It has to be like a 3-year difference. He's not a smart person. He's not the smartest.
That's so sad. Can I ask you something? Were you scared he would kill himself over this?
No, I was scared that he was gonna kill us, because when he first contacted her, he was like, "If this shit's fucking fake, if this is set up, I'm gonna shoot this whole bitch up and shit like that." So we caught him lacking.
Oh, so no, you said he was mentally all there, bro. People that are mentally all there don't say stuff like that.
well,
or do
I mean,
things
he might
like
be
this.
unhinged, but he is mentally all there.
In his mind, he's thinking, like, he doesn't think this is that crazy. Like, he doesn't think that this is disgusting and absolutely wild. He
Yeah.
thinks it's normal. He thinks it's something he's into. So he's like, so if it's that guy again trying to mess me up, like, you know what I mean?
Where does he live?
So he currently lives in Vegas.
And so you flew out there to.
Yeah. We flew out there.
So you were scared that he was gonna do some shit.
We were a little. You'll see in the video, but like it was definitely there because he is a gun fanatic. So we have to be prepared for that.
And he's a gun fanatic.
Oh, he's a gun fanatic. Yeah.
That is not a good combo.
Yeah. Being an
Jeez.
EDP and a gun fanatic is not a good combo at all.
What was his content before all this stuff happened?
Bro, the crazy thing about it is I was a huge fan of his. Like, he was so loved. So his content was just like, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty degenerate. Like him just like talking about him blowing up like he literally like destroyed a Chipotle toilet, and he's like waddling away. He's like, I just took a huge ass shit. But like we all thought it was the funniest shit ever, and he would just always talk shit. And he was an Eagles fan, and they were just bad for years. And like we would always like chirp at him. Then when they finally won, because his mother had died, but when they finally won, everybody paid so he could go to the Super Bowl. And like the video that he posted of him at the Super Bowl got like millions of views. So he was loved before. So to go from like so loved to hated is
Right.
like he lived long enough to see himself become the villain. And when I first found out about it, man, I was hurt, bro, because I fucked with him heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it feel weird that you took down somebody you used to look up to?
Maybe if it was the first go around, yeah, but like the fact that I already knew what he was about going into this one, it was just like when you gonna learn your lesson, old man? Like,
Yeah. And how's the girl doing? Is she okay?
she's good. She's good.
Talking
She's
about, bro,
good.
she's making content on
Yeah,
this.
the
Do you
fir-
think she went into this trying to like pop off, or was this like something that like why is she talking to him?
That I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like, I just
Oh,
wanna
she knew his identity? Like, she knew what she was getting herself into? She knew he was older?
Bro, she started the video
she
being
knew
like,
of him.
I'm his victim. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's all I watched, though. I didn't even watch anything else.
I didn't know about it until she had been talking to him, and then I found out about it. And the first thing I did was I was like, let me talk to your mom.
Good for you.
And I talked to her mom. I was like, do you know about this? Do you know about him and everything? And she was like, yes. So,
She knew about that? Shame on her.
yeah, so her mom knew. And then when we were doing the investigation, like to confront him, I called her. It's going to be in the video, but I was like, you and your mom, go give your statement to the police.
Yeah.
So that way it can make the case a lot easier. So we also have a case number in Nevada as well. Like what me and shout out to my but not even my partner in crime. Shout out to Skeet, bro. Like he's just the GOAT. Skeet Hansen, Skeeter Gene on YouTube. If you want to see some really good predator catches that lead to people getting to jail and entertainment wise, he's the hilarious dude doing God's work.
Wow.
When we went into this, I wanted to make, because I'm an entertainer. I know my limits, you know? So I knew I needed someone that really would know how to get this done. So
You want to make sure you do it right.
Exactly. So I hit up Skeet right away. And yeah, so with Skeet being on this, I think we did it the right way to where he could get convicted. But
Good.
What she was talking about, like, I mean, I seen the whole chat log. What her intentions were going into this, I don't know. But what I do know is whatever her...
Regardless, his intentions are bad.
Exactly.
So you just
whatever
wanna
his
handle it.
intentions were is deplorable, you know?
I saw your Bible over there.
Yeah. I just got a new one because my other one was all marked up, and I was like, you know what? Like, I want to go into it with, like, yeah.
I see you're reading Psalms. I opened it up. I was
Oh,
like,
you did?
I was nosy. I was like, what is he talking to God about?
Yeah, my mom.
That's so personal.
Notes is like personal. That's
Oh my god, George.
I'm kidding, dude.
Nah, my mom, having a real believer in Christ, and my mom, like, whenever she would read her Bible, she does just always have it on Psalms. She'd always just tell me, like,
Beautiful
if you're
prayers.
going through something, like, in your life, read Psalms. And it really is. I feel like Psalms and Proverbs just, like, speak to me the most.
Dude, Proverbs to me is like, if you ever want to start, just to even know a glimpse of God's wisdom, like, just read Proverbs, man. Like, I don't care if you even don't believe in God, but if you read Proverbs, you'll just be like, what is it? How did they write this thousands of years ago?
Solomon was in the lab on that one.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
he really was. And I find it beautiful. Let me give you guys a little insight of what we're talking about. Proverbs is, there was a king, and he could ask for anything. And God was super impressed with him because he goes, what do you want? And he goes, I want wisdom. And that's so smart to ask for, because it's kind of like if you teach a man how to fish, right? Instead of just give him a fish.
Yeah.
And he could actually, like, my biggest dream is to get to a place where not only am I taken care of for the rest of my life, but then my best friends, I could be like, okay, this is what your skill set is, and you should do it like this and learn this. So when I read Proverbs, I see a very, very real, strong, powerful God showing a human being what's actually happening down here on earth. It's just like peeling back the curtains. It's like really understanding life in the most purest form. But yeah, Proverbs is a very powerful thing. The reason why Proverbs I'm very passionate about, Proverbs is what saved me when I was going through what I was going through during Impulsive.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you read my journals because what I do is I'll journal my feelings, and some of them you'll see the ink's messed up because I'm just crying while I'm talking, and like I'll journal it and then I'll read a scripture from Proverbs that's literally like him talking to me, like a podcast, like him speaking to me about things.
Yeah.
And then I'll write down what he just said to me, and it's a very powerful thing, dude.
I don't want to do what everybody else is doing and ask you, like, what's happening behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I'm not going to even ask you after the podcast, but what I do want to ask you is, how did you feel? Like what was your emotion? How were you doing back then, and how are you doing now? Like, post everything.
I do. It's like multiple people, always new people coming downstairs. How I felt was confused. I felt like where I always pictured myself, with my best friends, like creating content. The whole world is looking at our art, like, but it didn't feel like I was supposed to be there. And I just journaled. I go, God, like, I'm too scared of leaving now, because it's the thing that put me on at a whole different level. It's a thing that's providing for me and my friends. But I felt like God was telling me to leave, and he kept telling me to leave, and he kept telling me to leave. And one day I was crying, and I wrote down, I go, take me. I go, just take me. Take my feet where you want them to be, where I'm too scared to be. And then all of a sudden, bro, everybody just sees me getting pushed out. And so I wasn't scared, because I was like, oh, I asked for this. So, okay, let's leave.
He gives it to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It don't be in the best way, but
Dude, but right now it's like, man, and I know this sounds crazy, but like I'm in the most happiest place I've ever been in my life.
really,
Yeah, bro. When I was on Impulsive, I always tell people, I'm like, I want to be as happy as I was when I was working at Five Guys. When I was just working at a 9 to 5, and I was just so excited about life. I never was stressed. I was never scared. I just knew God and me were just walking.
Yeah, you would say that all the time.
And now I just feel like, you know what it feels like? This is the best way I could put it. It felt like before I was hanging on to God and I was like losing my grip. And now it's like God's holding on to me and it's impossible for me to leave. It's just like I'm here and I'm locked in and I'm confident about where I'm at. And now it's like, even if the devil took everything away from me, I would just have a smile on my face. Like, you have nothing on me. I found my true happiness.
Yeah.
And my happiness is sitting in the presence of God. And there will be nothing that could ever steal me away from him now. That's truly how I feel. Look, what do we do? Do we go on from there? Like, what do you like?
That was tough. Yeah. That was tough.
Well,
How did you feel? Because you're his missus, so I know his pain is your pain.
Yeah.
How did you feel through everything, and how do you feel now?
well, now I feel so much better. But yeah, no, definitely through it. Because whatever he feels like I feel. So when he's upset, when something's bothering him, when something is making him angry or hurt, like it gives me just so much anxiety, like just the most amount of anxiety, because I don't want him to be in this place. You know what I mean? So then it's kind of like, you don't know, he might say he's okay one day, but I'm like, are you okay? Like, you know what I mean? And then the next day something might be hitting him a little bit harder. And so it's just that, like, pending anxiety of waiting for him to find that peace and finding resolution within the situation, And so I just think overall, I just was hurt that he was hurt. And that was the only thing, And all I could really do in that moment is just be there for him and try and be what he needed to be and support him and help him in however way I could help him. And sometimes it was just either sitting there and not saying anything and just like listening, or, you know what I mean? So
I feel like your situation with what you went through was such a public testimony to so many people of just letting God take over, because it was in such a public light of everything, and just with his name, and it's like you saw like other forces. It was like I'm not even saying this to like really demonize Logan at all, but it's like I really feel like God was using Logan to prove a point to the world in the fact of like, follow me, because when you really think about it, like, why would you want to leave Impulsive? It's like
It wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't make sense at all. But look at where you are now. It's like, I feel like it was a testimony for so many people of like, stop holding on to what you're holding on to, because that's not my final plan for you. I want you to be here. And I feel like you leaving, taking that leap, and doing what you feel is right, what you know is right, and listening to God, that's helping so many other people. Because I know it helped me. Like, seeing you get through that, and you not folding, and you not conforming, and you not, just staying where you got a silver spoon, and where, you might have a rusty spoon some nights and stuff, but still, like, taking that leap of faith, it inspired me. So I can only imagine how many other people it inspired.
no,
That means the world to me, bro. That really does. Thank you. The one thing I would say is, I'm gonna bring it back to Belle. Like, this like not changed my point of view on you, but like, this is how I knew everything's gonna be okay with you as my partner, is because it was during a moment where I was going through, where the internet was talking about something I was going through, but it wasn't the truth. And nothing hurt me more, because I'm like, dude, this is a lie. Everything that they're speaking and clowning on me and taking me on is a lie. It was an edit. It wasn't real. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm in like a meditation like point where I'm like on my knees, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like praying to God. But then I just broke down, bro, and I just started crying, and I kept asking him, like, what did I do? Why is this happening? And why do I feel so alone? Like, what's going on? Like, and I just started sobbing. And she came and she slid like her back against the wall, and I couldn't see what she was doing. And I'm just sitting there, I'm choking up, and all of a sudden I hear like paper flipping, and then she just starts reading the Bible to me. Doesn't say a word. She just puts her hand on my back and goes like this, and she starts just like praying over me and reading the scripture. And dude, it felt like somebody lifted me in the sky. And I was like, that, like, and I never thought I'd ever talk about that. But that was possibly my favorite moment with you, like over everything. And like, I would give everything up to just spend my life with you reading the Bible and hanging out, because you're my truly, like, when I got put to the test, the scariest thing is when I'm going through a test is the people that I love, I'm watching them leave. And my scariest one was like, I can't let Belle leave. Like I can't, but I can't also pull you into my life, right? That's your choice. So when I watched you not only rock with me, but you weren't holding my hand only, you were holding the Lord's, and it was a wrap. It was that moment in time where I was like, I'm okay. I got everything that I need. All right, God, take me where you need to go. And then everything just started. My mom had a dream like a couple nights before that, or a couple nights after. She says, I saw you with God. Not like God took form, but it was like a light. And God says, tell him to go this way. And I go this way, and every time I'm putting my foot down, it's the path is being made. So it was like, my mom told me, she goes, I think it's time for you to leave Impulsive. And like, I was just like, this is really crazy. And also it's like, bro, imagine like starting a fucking podcast like after you're on the biggest podcast in the world. Like, it's the scariest thing. You're like, no one's gonna be on this show. And now we talked about what's like happening in the future, and it's just like, every time I look at that, I have to give the glory to God. As much as I sound like a crazy nut, like just Jesus, 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 but it's like, yeah, it is Jesus, because like all of you guys left. So I ain't taking away the biggest partner.
They didn't leave. He removed them.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like,
well, thank you for even saying that, and I love you. And of course, I mean, and I think that's too. I think it's your immense faith in God, and I think that too, through that, you know, in my faith in God and knowing, like, from an outside perspective, in my mind, I'm like, dude, you're so talented. You're such a good human. You have such a good heart. And so in my mind, when you were going through all that, I'm like, I know it's gonna be okay. Like, I just knew it was going to be okay. I knew that this was a rough patch, but I'm like, I know it's going to be great. I know you're going to be good. I know you're going to get through this, and you're going to be better for it. You know, it was just hard for you to see it at the time, of course, because you're going through something. But I always knew you were going to be just fine and better because of, like, the person that you are, you know?
yeah.
And happy as a girlfriend that you were away from people who were hurting you, because why would I want you around that?
Like, seeing thumbnails and just seeing the gifts you have on, it's so happy. Like, it puts a smile on my face. Like, seeing like you just like keep on leveling up and getting better, like, cause bro, everybody loves the underdog story. Everybody.
I appreciate it. You guys are like making me feel a certain way. Thank you.
We won't leave your side, bro.
I appreciate that. I really do. And truly, this is like one of the reasons why I said I'd come to you, is because, like, dude, like, as much as we're in the same field, like, I'm a huge fan of you guys. Like, I love being involved in anything you guys are doing, and I'm still super grateful. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate you guys.
Vice versa, bro. Vice versa. You're always gonna be part of Raw Dogger Nation.
Oh, what was that? Oh, you dropped
Celsius. You could buy it at your local Walmart, Target, CVS, Best Buy.
Okay, so what's a future project you guys are working on that you guys are excited about?
Future project, man. Obviously the EDP catch, and you know, I feel myself growing up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
You want kids?
no.
You're so young. You're like, no.
What do you like invest in?
I know that you're probably chatting. I'm only 22 years old.
You just said chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad.
You just said chat. I'm gonna call you out on it, bro. You just looked at the camera and said, "Hey, chat."
Bro, I be looking at that computer screen for 5 hours, like, chat, like.
Hard habits though. Hard.
But what was I gonna say? I feel myself growing up a little bit, and it's like, obviously I'm keep on making videos and stuff, but like, even after the WNBA video, I was just like, yeah, this shit's funny, but it's just like, it doesn't hit the same for me no more.
You've moved on from it. Like, you want to do something else.
I haven't moved on from it because an ideal pop in my head where it's like, yeah, I want to do that, but it's like just always just going out and just doing like some little mischievous thing, because I don't think
Like
what we
the
do.
pranks.
Yeah, I don't think what we do is bad, but I feel like where the world is right now, it's like not everybody's gonna be as happy as you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we're living in a really like a really sad. People are sad right now.
It's tough right now out here.
I mean, but you turned them around, like that painter that you messed around with at the.
Oh yeah.
not the fair, but the
mall.
pier.
The Mall of America.
Mall. Oh, that was at a Mall of America.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay,
at the Mall of America.
Like I just saw clips of it where it was like he was really mad at you, and then all of a sudden you guys were working together and you're smiling.
Yeah. Angry Art Hole.
Angry Art Ho. Oh, so he matches his name is Angry.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's his Twitter name.
Do you guys still keep in contact or no?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but last time I did talk to him, he was saying his wife and everybody was doing good, so I'm happy for him. But like for every angry artist, there's gonna be some people who are just like, bruh, like it's like, and it's just, I've been having a lot of fun just streaming lately, like, and I'm gonna like obviously record, like we're about to go to the Simon charity match, flying out there this week and stuff like that. So there's a lot of content to still be made, but I feel like the pranks are gonna be a little bit more way far between because just like that's not where my headspace is.
You want to be creative in a different way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It doesn't.
It is hard too. Like we get recognized in the most randomest. Like it'd be someone like I don't even think they know who I am. And they're like Jidion. I'd be like DeMarcus Cousins. Like it'd be so crazy.
Well, I mean that's like a blessing and a curse, right? It's like you got to a place where, bro, it's really weird when you go to a town where they don't even speak your language, and they're like, Jidion, why are you here in Israel? Why?
You see, I went to Panama, and I didn't like. That's when I realized I was like, man, like. The Latin space is so untapped.
Yeah.
They are. They have always been though.
But I did a video with Mr. Beast, and I wasn't even with Jimmy until we got to the island. But me just being with Tariq and Nolan and Chandler, that's the squad. We're on this island on Panama, right? We were just riding around, bro. Kids, Mr. Beast, like it didn't even speak a lick of English, and they just recognized him. Wow. They won't even hit Jimmy. They were like his friends in the videos.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine if it was him. It was just so eye open. I was like, wow. I was like, and like the thing that was even crazy was like they would know them by name. They'd be like Tariq, Chandler, and it was like, bro, these are like his friends in the vid. This is the guy. So I was like, because I'd never seen Jimmy like in like a place with people. I've only because so what we did was Jimmy he had asked me to be in a video. We were supposed to be on an island for 7 days, but we didn't.
This guy's always on an island. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, and if you win, you get the island. It's like, bro, this is a country. You can't give this away.
Yeah, we were talking about this a little bit before. So you were supposed to be completely stranded, right, with like nothing on you.
Yeah,
Are you even allowed to be talking about this?
Oh yeah. Jimmy said it was cool.
This you give a preview about, but you're working on it giving a preview about.
We only did a day. But what I will say is. They're so real. Like
real?
Like they don't fake anything. Like Jimmy was literally mad because we did the intro and like his production crew were like leaving, but they were like being a little bit slow. He was like, hurry up. Like, I don't want anybody thinking this is fake. Had them fly out on a helicopter, had some of them fly out on a boat. It was just us 6 on that island. And there was no material. Like all we had was the material that we brought. There was nothing on the island left for us. Wow. And that was one of the hardest days of my life. Like it was tough. Like I got all these bumps. Like I got these bite marks all over my body.
So what are the bumps from?
So these are called sand fleas.
Yeah.
So we had to build our own.
Are they inside of your skin right now?
No. They just bit us. Like so we had to build our bed out of bamboo. So we had to find bamboo. Then we had to tie it together on these trees. And we only had enough for 5 of us to lay on it. And then the other filmer, Jason, he had to like sleep somewhere else. So we're
go sleep by the rocks.
Literally. But we had to sleep like sardines. So it was Tariq here, me here, Jimmy here, Chandler there, and then Nolan at the end. And we're just all just sleeping here. And we had like this like military grade off. Didn't do shit. We're just getting eaten up all night. And like, I was about to go to sleep. Like, imagine just sleeping on hard bamboo, and the only thing that's cushioning it is just like some leaves. Like we had put like multiple layer of leaves to make it softer, but like you just still feel the bamboo. But I'm about to go to sleep, and right before like I'm really about to go into that REM state, get a Charlie horse, and I'm thinking everybody else are quiet, their eyes are closed, and so like I don't want to wake everybody up, so I'm just like. like trying not to wake everybody up.
Hey man, that looks demonic.
Wait, did you get a Charlie horse from someone kicking you beside you, or just
No, just holding in this position.
Yeah, I just got a Charlie horse. Just like we were sleeping. Like,
What about drinking water and shit?
So for our drinking water, we only had like 15 gallons of water to last us 7 days, and there was water in the island, but we had to find it. But there was like water, pure water in the island.
Yeah.
Or we'd have to get the seawater and we would have to boil it.
Right.
But
Question: like, what happens if you need we can't do this, we're quitting? Like, how do you let them know?
So after that first night, we all looked at each other. We were like, "Do we think we could do 7 days?" And we were like, So I'm praying to God that we do it again because I think we could do it. Like,
why would you ever want that again?
Bro, in the moment, I fucking hated it. I was in my head like, why the fuck did I tell Jimmy I would do this? But leaving, I felt like such a sad, like, bro, we were taking our showers in the ocean and we were doing it at night, but you're not supposed to do that because that's when predators come out to like eat little
that
fish.
YouTuber?
Huh? EDP comes out.
What kind of predators? Like sharks?
Yeah, there was a little bull shark about like this big.
Bull sharks?
Yeah, it was about this big though. And it came by, and we were like, "Oh fuck!" Then we went back in, and a fucking stingray came by while we were in the water.
How are you seeing this shit at night?
So we had someone have a flashlight while we were in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, but one thing I will say, the reason why Mr. Beast is so successful is his team. Shout out to Connor. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Tyler. Bro, his team.
Me and him just go clip.
His team, they're on the same wavelength as him, but more. Like, shout out to Will. They're all locked in on a goal of entertaining everybody, bro.
That's awesome.
Just seeing how their team operate, seeing how his on-screen characters like Tariq, Chandler, Nolan, all of them are just like in sync. It was so inspiring, bro. I was only with them for like 3 days, but on that island I was only with them for a day. But I've had such a more level of respect. Like, I know everybody's like, yeah, Mr. Beast like puts a lot to his videos, but like it's like you really don't even know how much he puts into his videos because it's not just him. Like, he has a team of him.
Yeah.
And when you have people with the same mindset of you, and I think the craziest part that really made me do it is that his team, I think, is crazier than him.
Really?
Yeah. Like, his team, they're hungrier than him. Imagine you had like a higher up, like your producers and stuff that are hungrier than you.
Well, maybe he's smart, so he probably made that. So it's like that. Because if the person above you, or not above you, but the people around you are like slow and they're weak, they're going to slow you down.
Yeah.
You hear that, Reed?
It's it's hard finding a good team, so that's great that you feel so strongly, about them. Also, he couldn't find a different island that didn't have sand fleas.
Like, I mean, they're all gonna have them. Probably.
You're so bougie, bro. Like, come on, Mr. Beast.
What do you mean?
You're number one. Okay, get a better sand beach.
Sand
I was even talking to them. I was like, "Fuck, man, we can't have tents." And they were like, "No, it will ruin the integrity of the video."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, "But Mr. Beast, you're not even fucking here. So like, give us a fucking."
I was joking the whole time. I was like, "Yo, when do our extras come in?" Like, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
Them niggas must have got lost at sea because they never came in. But
that's wild.
If they do that video again, I would.
Were you getting paid for this?
Nope.
You signed this up for free?
Just went there and it got canceled.
I mean, it is a cool experience.
Great time. Yeah.
Because you think like, if I was in the show Lost, what would I do?
Exactly. Like we all thought about that as a kid. Like, if I was stranded on an island, and it was like you're living it out. In the moment, you fucking hate it. It's horrible. Right. It sucks.
Hey man, I don't think anybody's like, this is great. I have no food, no supplies, bro. I can't even go on a picnic. I get annoyed. I'm like, oh, I forgot this thing, and the whole time I'm just thinking about that.
We had MREs, but it took us 4 hours to make our fire.
MREs?
So meal ready. I don't know what it stands for, but basically it's like military food. So it's like this like processed food that you have to pour hot water into. And
I actually have a bunch of those at the house right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we had those to eat, but we couldn't eat them until we had water.
Was it tasty?
I'm not gonna lie, that shit was. I don't know if it's because we worked all day to build our beds and stuff. But, ooh,
no way,
Jimmy, if you could just send me the clip of us eating the food. we were grubbing. We were like, oh my gosh, like we were grubbing. Like we did a mukbang. We were just talking, and they're so funny. They are so fucking funny. Like them niggas are not rated G. Like they edit around it, but they are so funny, bro.
I love that. I love that you're excited about
Especially
it.
Tariq. Tariq is hilarious.
Mr. Beast, if you're watching, I never want to be a part of your videos, ever. Unless it's like, how Assyrian could you be? And then I'll be like, okay, maybe I could be a part of that one. But like, the whole like, leave me on an island, bro. Like, no, absolutely not. I don't want to do that. I don't want to rough it. I went camping once with my dad, and he's like, okay, go poop. And I was like, okay, where? And he goes, you could dig a hole and do it. I was like, dig a hole? And that was it for me. I was like, never again. Never. I'm not doing that. Everybody's like, oh, if there's an apocalypse, you're going to die. I'm like, good, gone. I don't want to be there anymore. What the fuck? If there's no movie theater, if there's no like night, like if I can't go get a nice massage on a Sunday after church, dude, I don't want to be here anymore. What is it?
I love
go back to the old days.
Wait, so, okay, because you've done so many, crazy adventures for your videos. What's, out of all of them, what's for you, the craziest thing you feel like you had to do? Like, it gave you the most nerves?
Yeah, it's a good question, Belle.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you the most nervous? And by the way, your videos or other people's videos? Like, it could be anything.
Yeah,
what was the most
any content you've created.
Most nervous I've ever been during a video. I'd have to say maybe, I don't even know. What do you think? Which one would like?
I get nervous during the lectures for some reason.
The electric?
Which one did like you were like, man, I was.
Did you
like,
say the
nervous
electric?
about?
Lectures.
The lecture?
Oh, like lecture. We do lecture pranks. Like we used to do college lecture.
Those would always get me nervous.
For real.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I guess the most recent one that made me super nervous, I guess I would say like the Gatorade one.
Oh, dude, I could have done this the whole time.
The Gatorade one.
Oh yeah, we snuck in the Gatorade and we had Gatorade employees try Prime, but I wasn't really nervous for that one.
Well, I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think of one we were nervous for.
I guess the one I was most nervous for, I would say, is one that Nico set me up on, where I hung a picture of myself as the Mona Lisa next to the Mona Lisa in the Louvre in Paris.
How did you do that?
That boy Nico is a mastermind. Like, it is actually crazy.
Is he like socially awkward in real life?
He's not socially awkward, but he's very humble. He's like reserved a little bit, but he's so funny, on and off camera.
I never got to meet him.
Oh, you haven't?
No, never.
Oh.
But he's very sweet. We've talked over like DMs and stuff. Very sweet guy. I just felt like he's one of those guys that thrive in the videos, but like shuts down in like normal settings.
I wouldn't say he's like that, but like he's just like
Took you a long time to answer that.
because he's just like on to the next. Like he's always because he's working on his channel and then he's working on Beta Squad. But I'm not gonna lie, I think he's top 3 creators on YouTube. Like the content that he puts out is amazing, and the fact that like he got me to put a picture next to the Mona Lisa, and I got arrested in Paris.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you banned from the Louvre?
I'm banned from the Louvre, and I spent 24 hours in a Paris jail.
What was that like? Were you holding anybody's pockets?
No, actually, it's way better than American jail because they put me like in my own cell, and the food was pretty good.
I was gonna say, I bet the food was good.
The food wasn't.
What the fuck?
I
Dude,
don't
we're
like
talking
French
about-
food. But
French food sucks.
It does suck.
What are you
The
guys
only thing they
talking
got
about?
is French fries, and
French
it's over.
food is the history of food. French food is food.
No, it's not.
Italian is the history of food.
And you're Italian. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Italian,
I'm French Italian.
Mexican.
What is that thing you did?
I have to,
Asian.
What is that thing you did that Italians would be ashamed of you, and you did it in front of me? What was it?
No, don't tell people.
Tell me.
No.
Come on.
I have family. Don't tell me. Don't,
Tell me.
No, they don't need to know.
Tell me.
No.
We're not moving on until you tell me.
I like pineapple on my pizza.
Pineapple on her pizza, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's
dude?
fine because I'm a real Italian, so I can. I can make up my own rules.
Not
if I
anymore.
want.
You're not. People at home are like, "What the fuck is she talking about?"
But also, French food that's culinary like history and it's art.
No, it's
okay?
not. It's not. It's not.
Y'all are tripping.
I went to Paris once. Paris is French.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Paris
went to
is the
Paris
capital
once,
of France.
and they were the meanest people in the world. bro.
They hate Americans.
They were so mean.
They hate Americans there.
It's just different cultures have their different characteristics, and French a big characteristic in French people is, they like what they like, and
Like
they,
no season.
the place, they like to eat at the same place, do the same thing, have the routine, things like that. And so, I don't know, when loud American people come and disrupt, like, they just don't like that.
You ever heard of the Catacombs?
The what?
The Paris Catacombs?
Oh, yeah, where there's all the
That was
bones and stuff?
We spent the night under there.
No way.
What is
How?
that?
So it's this big labyrinth underneath Paris, over
Labyrinth?
200. So it's like a maze, but it's really a grave.
Wait, is it the underground thing that they
Yeah.
did, like the bunkers? It's
With
like
all
a city.
with the bodies.
You know all the
There's over
bones, the skeletons?
6 million bodies below the city of Paris.
Wait, like alive or dead?
Oh yeah, no, alive.
Because in Vegas, underneath there's like thousands of people that live.
Oh
underneath.
yeah, mole people.
Oh, you thought I was dumb, huh? You thought I was dumb until I brought that shit up. Would you ever go underneath the Vegas grounds with me?
Nah, cause some of my boy Tyler Oliveira, he did a video. They don't like outsiders,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel comfortable like filming homeless people. It'd be kind of weird.
Are they
awkward.
homeless? I thought they just like built a city down there.
No, they're homeless.
Okay, now I feel bad.
And then it's really weird because like they have to a lot of them die down there because the flood system, they'll turn it on because no one's supposed to be down there.
Right.
So there'll be homeless people just getting drowned out, or they hear the water coming and they have to just run for their life.
No, this is a movie.
Wow.
No, it's for real.
There's a
No,
lot
I
of
know, but there should be a
documentaries.
movie.
There's documentaries on it.
If you guys want to learn about that, go on my friend Tyler Oliveira's channel. He did a video about the more people that live underneath the Vegas. Vegas. It's really interesting. I didn't know about it until I saw his video.
So you went underneath in Paris, and there's dead bodies. Did you see the dead bodies? Or
Oh,
no?
it's 6 million dead bodies on there.
Why? I'm sorry for being stupid, but why is this a thing?
So what happened was, in
Look at
Christianity,
this guy's a G, bro. Look at this.
Yeah, no, I was like, this is so smart.
No, keep going, guys.
he's clutching it. They so for the resurrection, they wanted their loved ones to come back. So they thought, oh, if we burn bodies and stuff like that, then they won't be resurrected whenever Christ comes back.
Yeah.
So they would obviously.
But that's a biblical thing. You're not supposed to be cremated. It talks about that.
Yeah. So they buried the bodies.
But why don't they just bury them normally?
But what happened was when they would bury the bodies, they didn't bury them deep enough, and there was one day where it just rained real bad, and all these bodies just fell out, and Paris stunk. Everybody would make fun of Paris. It had a horrible stench because they wouldn't bury the bodies properly, and then one day these bodies they just rolled out because it rained and it covered this little girl, and the citizens were like, all right, we had enough. So they built these underground
bunch
tunnels.
of dead bodies covered a little girl.
Yeah.
Bro, she's traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably 500 years ago, she probably traumatized. I think she got over it by now.
She's okay now.
She's technically one of them now.
Yeah. This was years ago. This was 500 years ago. So
Got
they built the underground tunnels and everything, and they buried the bodies down there. And so then eventually, they stop it. But there's 6 million bodies, and it's just basically a giant cemetery. But also down there is so many different parts of history. So you'll have one part where it's in the 1700s, then you have another part where it's the 1940s, and you'll see a Nazi bunker down there whenever Nazi occupied France. So we literally saw a French bunker and we saw the Nazi bunker, and it was crazy because it's they're right next to each other. And the guy that took us down there, he was telling us, because we did an illegal tour. We did a legit tour where all the tourists go, but it's nothing. It's so small. And then you have the legit one where it's illegal because it's so easy to get lost on there. It's 200 miles. And so this guy...
200 miles?
200 miles. And they try to cover up all the spots, but they don't know where... So many that it's just impossible. So this guy, they're called cataphiles. And they live down there... Well, they don't live down there, but they'll spend days down there. They clean up, take care of it.
No way.
And
Is that illegal or is it legal?
It's illegal, but in all honesty, it shouldn't because they're preserving it. So I found this guy, and he took us down there, and he really showed us around.
Now, what happens if they catch you down there?
There's no way they'll catch you. The only way they can catch you is when you come up.
But it's like a fine. It's not crazy illegal. They catch you. That's what the guy was telling us.
Yeah.
That it's when they catch you,
It's just more of the fact of they don't want people getting lost because you could die. A dude in the 40s, he went down there and his light broke. He couldn't find his way back and he died. And some people came a couple weeks later and they found his body and he was only 10 meters away from where he needs to get out.
Wow.
How far is 10 meters?
What's that like? I think that's like 80 feet.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know meters. I don't know why I even said meters. I just remember them telling the story.
Damn, that was very sophisticated of you, bro. I was like,
I know.
Shit.
Until you called me out on the feet.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got to stay down. I've never gotten to see it in person because I lived in France till I was 10. So my mom's not gonna. We'd go all the time to go see all the museums, things like that. But we didn't go see that, you know. So I do want to go back and go down there because it looks really cool.
Yeah, you can either go. So the crazy thing about it is, like, we thought it was gonna be like crazy haunted. We thought like it was gonna be like dummy weird. But when we did the official tour, the lady that does the official tour, she's a cataphile.
She's a what?
She's a cataphile. Like she goes around, but she works in the like official part. And she was saying how like the official part is the haunted part, and how and she said like they've like seen a lot of weird stuff in the official part, but like in the unofficial part, it's chill. Like it's just regular. Literally, all it is just it's just quiet. It's just quiet and
you guys are like just in a cave.
Yeah. Well, imagine just like a giant cave that has no end.
Just skeletons on the wall.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Did you see any bodies?
Yeah.
All the skeletons and the
so
bones.
It's not bodies. It's bones.
All the bones are like on the wall, Georgie. Like you can see, they're like it's like the wall.
That's the official one.
That's official. Yeah. Okay.
But for the regular one, they're just like literally. We're just like we have to like. It feels bad, you know.
Stepping on people, bro.
It feels bad because like we try our best not to defile it. But it's just some parts you have to walk through it.
Yeah.
But like if we could, we would try not to like step on the bones and stuff. But it's crazy.
Dude, that's wild.
That was the scariest moment of my life.
For real.
Right?
For a second, we lost a guy.
No way.
Oh yeah, we lost him for like a good 5 minutes.
Hey man, how the fuck does that happen?
Bro, he was smoking weed when he was rolling up.
He was high down there?
Oh, they were smoking down there.
You were high down there?
You lit. What if I don't know.
No, I don't know where you were going, but I would be fucking paranoid as shit. I can't even be in a Target high.
I was, but then like I don't know. He just seemed so chill and like.
Who seemed
Come
chill?
on,
The
bro.
bodies?
There's some dead bodies here. It's cool, bro. Have you ever laughed and been like, "I'm dead"?
There was
It's
a
like
bone
that.
thrown.
Somebody threw a bone.
There was a bone thrown. Someone made a bone thrown.
One of the catalysts,
Bro,
or
Yeah.
Yo, humans are weird, bro.
yeah, that's just weird. Someone's
Did you sit on
bones.
it?
I did. I have a picture of it.
Can
It'll
I
take
see
me a
it?
little-
You did. You didn't sit on it.
I did sit on it.
You did?
I did.
You were smoking a
We
bowl.
got that picture.
You're too high to remember.
You took the picture.
I did. That's what I was like.
That's so funny. You didn't sit on it. You took the picture. That's
Wait.
such a stoner move, bro. Dude, were you not? Were you
saying,
scared?
bro? What were you saying?
Did you wait? What's the word? You know, what's the word?
I got it.
You know when you smoke,
necrophiliac.
No, when you smoke in the car. When you smoke in the car and you.
Hot box?
Yes. Did the
Babe, it's 22
Did the
miles.
tunnel get like
200
hotboxed?
Did it hit harder down there, Vito?
They were all spliffs, so it wasn't like a joint. It was like a spliff joint. Which
So you're saying that Paris pack whack?
It was alright.
No, I just didn't know if it was like tight quarters, and then the whole like the tunnel area to get her in was just.
Did you post this picture of you on the throne?
I think I did. I think I put it on my story. The video's on my second channel. I didn't post it like that. I was gonna post it on the main, but I never did.
That's your like second channel type of work?
We be posting weird
bro,
stuff
we
on.
fucking suck.
I wanted it to be the main, bro.
I dressed up like Indiana Jones. We might re-edit it and post it for Halloween. So that's not the bone throne, but that's me as Indiana Jones, and we were just chilling. Cause there's like chill areas where like everybody will just like chill and stuff.
Oh, it's dark like that down there?
Bro, no, if you turn your lights off, you can't see him. I can put my hands right here. Your eyes don't adjust. There's no light at all.
That's
You're
not okay. That's not okay. I don't know. Did you guys have like backup lights?
We packed food.
Yeah. We had a lot.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
We packed food just in case.
You packed food just in case. I thought you said you packed 3 lights. I go, that's not enough.
Well, because you stayed the night, right? You slept over.
No, we didn't even sleep. We literally just explored the entire night. Oh, this is the bone throne. Maybe I didn't sleep on it. Maybe I did sit on
He
it.
called you out, bro.
I did sit on it
I
though.
remember you told me.
Oh my
you sit on
God,
it. You said
bro.
you sit on it because
These are real bodies, huh?
I got scared earlier. Remember? 'Cause
No, I
we
don't.
lost him. And you said now you gotta redeem yourself by sitting on the bone throne.
The bone throne, king of the
Hey,
bones.
bro, like,
I will say, I mean,
like imagine being alive one day and then we don't know what's gonna happen technically hundreds and hundreds of years from now from our bodies. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, what if the world changes where they're like, we gotta dig up these bodies and do stuff with them? I don't know, right? But like, those guys would have never thought that one day a YouTuber would sit
on their bone.
on their bones. Like, I'm gonna keep
Well,
it
I mean,
real
I
with you.
would've
That's
had-
massively disrespectful, bro. I'm just kidding.
They made the bone throne, so I had to
No,
take a
I would
seat.
sit on it too, probably. I wouldn't.
Oh, this is me next to my picture next to the Mona Lisa.
You were able to do that?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How? Oh, no. You
It's
put your
him.
picture over her?
No, not over her. It was just next.
How did you put yourself up there?
There was an empty spot, so I put my picture.
No, did you hang it? How did you do it? Adhesives?
Yeah, no. It was the like the what are those things?
Command
The,
A nail?
Yeah. What are they called?
strip.
Command
He
strip.
said it like 9 times. Command strip. What is it called? Command strip.
Remember he said
But
it-
that thing, command strip.
Maybe he said that guy Nico helped him get this photo
Nickel
up
Amalana.
next to the Mona Lisa.
So he wasn't with us. He just like gave us the plan, gave us anything. We went in and did it.
He's like, here's the blueprints.
Because he
Could you-
got banned because he did the exact same thing.
Could you text me both of those pictures so I could put them
I
up?
got you.
Yeah.
Hey, also, how long did it take for them to just like be like, hey, that's not the Mona Lisa?
So we had a huge crowd. You could get the video from him. Where like just had a huge crowd of people just like taking pictures of me next to it, and it was crazy. And then one of the security was like, "You gotta go, And I could have got away with it, but I wanted to bring the picture with me, so I took the picture off, and we're leaving. And then I just had so many security guards like surrounding me and stuff.
Yeah, because they're like, what are you holding?
Not yet. And we had so many security guards surrounding me, and
It
they
probably
were,
looked like you stole an art piece.
Yeah.
bro.
exactly. So I was just like, Vito, go, because I knew I was gonna get arrested, but I didn't want him to get arrested. So he left, and they're like kind of like holding me back. Then all of a sudden, these spec up bulletproof vest cops with ARs come on rollerblades.
Isn't that like
What the fuck did you just say?
They look like G.I. Joe all the way down until you see the rollerblades.
That's a Mission Impossible movie.
Literally. Like how
Did they just go, shh, what are you doing?
Literally. No, they're talking French. They were just talking French and like, and then they bring me into a room.
Wait, babe, speak French, go. Say, stop what you're doing. What are you doing? Go, say.
Arrête de faire ça, tu fais quoi?
Nah, they were chill like that. They were chill. They were chill.
Okay, say it chill.
They were like, how do you say niggas in Paris in French?
I'm not
Babe,
saying
I
that.
know
what
where
they
he's
were
going with
saying.
this. Don't do it.
I'm not saying that.
Don't do it.
Bye.
Do not do it.
No, but the funny thing about it is after I got back to the station, they figured out who I was and everything, and I was a YouTuber. And one of them rolls up to me, and he's
Literally.
literally, he rolls up to me, and he's like, I liked your video. And I'm like, what video? And he was like, the and I'm like,
What the fuck is
what?
that? What is that?
And I was like, huh? He was like, and I was like, what are you talking? And then he gets his phone, he shows me my TikTok, because I made a TikTok with the niggas in Paris instrumental, and I'm in front of the Eiffel Tower, and he was like, niggas in Paris. And I was just like, yeah. It was the
so
funniest
funny.
thing. Like, I thought it was hilarious.
But cops on rollerblades in France, it's not uncommon.
Really.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But also, I will say, like, as much as it's my country and.
Don't go there, you're going to get killed.
No, and it's still, like, I will always, that's my place. But when we were talking about, like, the bone, the bone tunnels and everything, I
Yeah.
will say, like, looking back, France just has a really odd and kind of dark history. Like,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of their history is just really kind of dark and twisted and weird, and even some of the like the tales that they tell us as a kid, like things to, like during Christmas time, there's this thing called le père fouetteur, and it's the whipping father, and like if you're not good, you don't just get coal in your sock, you get whipped.
Was that Krampus? Is that Krampus?
I think that's what it's called in
Yeah.
English. Yeah, just things like that where I look back and I talk about it with my sister and I'm like, yo, that's weird, right? She's like, yeah, it's really weird. So yeah, France just has a weird
French history is so. I think French history is more interesting than English history. And I started studying. Have you ever heard of Thomas Dumas?
Thomas who?
Dumas. It's not Thomas, but it looks like Thomas. But it's like Thomas Dumas, but basically he was Napoleon's black general. He was a black general. France, after the revolution, they desegregated the military to where anybody could join, and he joined, and he was one of the best swordsmen. He was born in Haiti. His dad was white and his mother was black, and she was a slave, but he had his freedom. And so he had his freedom, but then his dad, his parents died, and he wanted to go visit them, but he didn't have enough money to go back. So he sold his family into slavery.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, he sold his wife and his kids into slavery to have enough money to go back. So he goes back. So his son's in slavery for like 6-7 years.
He didn't come back for his kids?
When he got enough money, I don't know about the rest of the family, but
he literally sold them out.
He sold them. Wow. And then he got Thomas, and I was gonna say flew. He sailed him over to France, and then he had him study with like the finest swordsmen, and he became one of the best swordsmen in France. And at first he was just kind of just chilling around, but then like towards his 30s, he decided to join the military. So he joins the military, and he just goes up the ranks. And eventually, when Napoleon went on his mission to Egypt, Thomas Dumas, he was one of his head generals. He won so many battles. He was amazing. He won this impossible battle in the Alps, like the icy mountains. They literally sent it out there because they didn't think he was gonna win, but he won his battle. And then when he went out with Napoleon to Egypt, they were on their mission, but that mission was such a suicide mission that they were like, all his generals were telling Napoleon like, "Yo, we need to leave. Like, this is bad. Like, our horses are dehydrated. We're dehydrated." So he gets the first ship out, but while he's leaving, his ship gets captured, and he gets put in a prison to one of the Italian shipwreck places that they have. So he's in there for like 10 years. Everybody thinks he's dead, but then when France recaptures it, he finally gets out, and he goes back home, but Napoleon doesn't help him out at all, doesn't give him his rank back or anything. And Napoleon remembered him, but historians think that Napoleon he was mad that like he was going against him in Egypt. This is when Napoleon was emperor, so he basically ran the whole show. Mm-hmm. So he lived for about 3 years. He had a son, and his son was about 3 years old when he died.
Who had a son?
Thomas Dumas.
What happened to the family he sold out?
I'm not sure what happened to the family.
Oh, so he just forgot about them.
I can't say that. I don't know if he also bought them out.
How many decades? Like, it's hundreds of years back. So
I just learned about this. All I know is more about Thomas Dumas, but his son went on to become a famous writer, and his son actually created the Three Musketeers. So his son created the Three Musketeers, but it gets even more interesting.
After his dad, kind of?
Yeah. So all the stories that his mom would tell him about his dad's war stories, it inspired him to make so many different books. He made a bunch of other books, but the one I remember the most is he created the Three Musketeers, and he also created another book called, I forget what it's called, but that book that he created inspired the Zorro, and inspired the guy who made Zorro. And the guy who made Zorro, the guy who made Batman, was inspired by him. Wow. So it just shows you how history is influencing. So that's how we got Batman low key. I just thought it was cool, like how that just like
the chain of things, and everything really, like all stories, movies, everything comes back to either like biblical or like past, like 1900 days. Like everything has been inspired, by the past. Yeah.
Dude, it's just, to me, it's like listening to their life story, and then ours is like, bro, what the fuck? Twitter took my verification away. like our stories are so, like, if we all had to live at the same time, we'd get bodied, bro. We would get massacred. If they came back to life and they were like trying to like take dominance over us, who do you think's gonna win?
I don't know. There's some pretty cool stories from like the last like 50 years,
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not like that.
There's some pretty cool stories, bro.
But I think what you mean, because those people back then were so much stronger. Like they had to kind of, like in power wise, you know what I mean? They had to do everything themselves. And so they were like really strong. They're really able. They're really, you mean in that way? Like they would be able to fight us?
I don't know, man. I just think about as the years go on, we get softer as human beings.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like right now we're complaining about like, fuck, it takes me 8 hours to get to New York. And we're like, dude, you wouldn't have been able to go to New York. You know what I mean? Like,
But okay, but what's better, not being able to get to New York or being able to get to New York, you know?
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we're killing it. Bro, listen, at the end of the day, look at that guy's life that had to sell out his family, and then you go upstairs, turn your cameras on, and you're sitting on a couch being like, chat, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a huge different level,
Yeah.
and you're making so much money off of this. He had to sell his family off. Like, obviously, you would want to live in this generation. But in my mind, it's like, what if we lost? All we had to do to kill somebody.
He didn't have to sell his family. He like fuck that dude.
But think about this: if people, this is, you know how we like get into conspiracies and people are like, the government, they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm like, the government just has to turn off your water and power, and you're like fucked. Like realistically, we all rely on the internet and like everything else around us. Like if the internet just went out completely, it would take me forever to get back to Arizona because like I don't even know how to get back from here. Like I would have to like learn how to read a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Do you
mean
get what I'm
like
saying?
pure like survival, like just being able to survive and make things happen. You know,
You say that, but it's like once it happens, it's like it's just because you can't imagine you doing it,
We
but
adapt.
you would adapt.
Yeah, I
because
guess
bro,
you're right.
like we've only had phones for what 30 years? Not even 30 years. We've only had smartphones for I won't even say 20, like 15 years. We've had smartphones.
Yeah, but look how much we rely on them. So technology now is when I was growing up, calculators were like you could maybe use a calculator.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
You start to do the long form.
Exactly. Now imagine 50 more years of us relying on technology, and if technology goes away, a lot of people are dying. Like that's not like, you know what I mean?
You heard about
Yeah.
that chip thing that they're gonna put in the head?
Yeah, it's in your hand.
The mark of the beast thing.
Well, I think Elon's working on one where you just put it in your head.
Oh, you're talking about
The Neuralink.
Neuralinks.
That's not
that
good.
shit's crazy.
Would you guys get that?
No.
I would put it in my son, and I would see what happens.
Shut up.
No,
No,
I was
you
kidding.
wouldn't.
I would like, because like a lot of people come up to me like, dude, have you heard of the mark of the beast where they put this and that? Listen, every generation they think it's a new mark of the beast. They thought the
Exactly.
cell phones were the mark of the beast because you have a cell phone number, but it's not. We just use it for technology. Now, is it fucking some people up for sure? But that's in your control. It's in moderation, right? I don't know if I would put anything in my hand just because I want to see how it works. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I would leave it for like maybe a couple years, 5 years, 10 years, see how everybody's doing. If this guy's yakking, is this killing him? Is it giving him cancer? That's what I'm mostly scared about.
Yeah.
But the whole
Yeah.
mark of the beast is like, bro, no, because you could put that shit in me, but I'd still be following Christ. So it's not the mark of the beast.
I feel like people put too much. Of modern day stories and tales into the Bible.
Of course.
Like they find, and it's like
They manipulate it and they try to
Yeah.
make you scared. But that's the fear factor. They always done that. They try to control you over fear. But in my mind, they're like, you would want that? I'm like, well, yeah, because every time I'm like, fuck, I don't have my phone on me or my wallet on me. So
so
it'd
many
be kind
people
of cool
think
to like,
like the Antichrist is like a being, but the Antichrist is just anything that's not Christ. You know,
100%.
like the Antichrist isn't a person's not gonna come down and be like, it's so story. It's like, I think because the Bible tells so many stories that people take things literally when it's not like that.
It's parables.
Right, yeah, it's not-
But
yeah.
also, here's another thing, right? The same person that's like, bro, you're going to let them put that chip in your hand, your right hand, the right hand that God gave you. And I'm like, dude, you watch porn twice a day. Do you know what you do with that right hand? Do you know what I mean? Like, they get so fixated that like they're like, we can't. But it's like, bro, like you use your phone to watch porn. That's why I don't touch people's phones. Because a lot of people use porn, like they use their phone. Once I found that out, because when I was watching porn, I was so bougie with it, bro. Like I'd have a laptop, I'd have a candle, I had a nice blanket, and I would just be like, okay, cool, this is my, but they're using their phone. That's fucking gross, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gross. I'm not touching anyone's phone anymore. I became Howie Mandel when it came to people's phones.
I had a bad porn addiction when I was like 13 when I first found it. I had it from when I was like 13 to like when I was 16. But then, all grace to God, like I got out of it and I haven't watched it since. But
It's really bad for you, bro.
it
It's
fucked me
so
up.
bad
Seeing
for
that
you.
as a kid, like it's like it's like you talk to someone and it's just like it's weird. I can't even explain it. Like it's a horrible.
Well, dude, just think about the culture. Like when people like I made a joke at the Sidemen. You remember when I was like underneath the thing? I'm like, Emily, I'm stuck. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing. That's fucking rape, man. Like if somebody's stuck and you have sex with, that's rape. That's not like that's not a cool thing. Before it was like stepmom, and now it's like mom. What the fuck's happening, bro? What is it gonna be next? Your daughter? Like
now it's the Island Boys, like,
do you know what I'm saying? Like
kissing each other.
It's literally it just keeps getting more and more evil. But say you're not into like the story thing, because again, like I didn't have a favorite porn star. I would just go to the main page and click the most popular. I'm like, okay, let's watch this. I was very lazy with it, but the effects of it, it's like this is why we live in a generation now where sex is more everything. But men are not having as much sex as they used to.
I'd say if you look at people that are incels.
What's that?
Incels, they're like people
incels.
Like that like hate women.
Yeah.
And like but they can't get any, and so like they like demonize women and stuff. I feel like if you look at like 95% of them, they all watch porn. I feel like if they were to cut porn out of their day-to-day life, that could help them so much more, because it's like when you look at porn, it's like that's not even a woman you're looking at. It's like meat. So it's like no wonder you look at women as meat, because you're watching things that depict them as just slabs of meat. So no wonder you have these out views and looks on, you know?
Yeah.
Is like, I'm not gonna lie, like I used to kind of be like, oh man, bro, girls be tripping saying that they have it hard and stuff. But it's like I be seeing girls' comments in their DMs, and it's like I really be like, it's bad. Like, girls really do have it hard out here. And then it's like a guy's just like, oh, how you guys have it hard? You have the world and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, you don't see the other side that women are going through day-to-day life.
It's very ignorant when any human being looks at another human being and goes, yeah, you don't know what problems are. Everybody has problems. Rich people have problems and poor people have problems. Everybody has problems. It's how you're dealing with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's so dumb when you are like, women don't have it hard. They have, bro, yes, they do. First of all, like,
also, you don't know. I think it's
they
the people
give
you don't
birth.
know.
That's hard as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't really ever know until you walk in somebody's shoes.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like men, you can explain to them how you feel or certain things that maybe women have to, you know, they go through, whatever that might be. But you'll never really know until you walk in a girl's shoes and see all her different phases in life and what that comes with.
It's like,
you know?
like a woman can't really know like a man's day-to-day problems.
Exactly.
This is the exact same way a man can't know a woman's day-to-day problems.
Yeah.
I think of it this way. There's going to be some men that have it way worse than women, and there's going to be some women that have it way worse than some men. I truly think it's about your surrounding, your upbringing, how you're dealing with stress, what kind of stress you're dealing with. It's very stupid to say that one. But also, it's like, here's another thing. Like, we're living in a time of like a new age where women are going out and chasing their dreams, and they're doing like work. Like 50, 60 years ago, that wasn't a thing. They were the housewife. They were taking care of the kids. But like, say we put it back there, that's fucking crazy hard.
Yeah.
Raising kids is not a fucking pleasure.
Yeah.
That is so much worse than going to the job for 8 hours. Their hours do not change. It's 24/7. They're waking up, they're fucking breastfeeding, they're getting the diapers, they're doing it. And then the dad comes home, cracks open the beer, sits in the house and unwinds. They can unwind. They're on the clock. So even if you throw it back all the way back in the day when they didn't have jobs, they had the most hardest job. That's why it breaks my heart when people are like, I want to be a woman that gets a job. And it's like, whoa, why are you degrading what your ancestors did, bro? Like, your grandmother and her mother after that, they worked their asses off, and now you're degrading them? Now you're telling them that their job wasn't tough?
I feel like a man's greatest job is being able to provide for his family, and I think a woman's greatest job is being able to take care of the family. Like, back in the day, like, the guy wouldn't even be the money dude. He would come home and he would give his wife the paycheck. My brother does that. When my brother, he gets paid, he gives his wife the paycheck, and she
Pays the
these are the
bills.
bills that we need to pay
Yeah.
for. Oh, we need to get these groceries. And then she takes care of all that. Then whatever is left, it's like they decide together, like, okay, we're gonna do with the money with this. And it's like I feel like we're just like going backwards, where it's like no, I work harder, and it's just like bro, we need each other. Like, you know, it's not so and so works harder. It's just like we both need each other to bring things to the table. Like how you were saying earlier, like you were literally down and out, and then she just prays for you, and you got better. You know what I mean? Imagine you coming home and being like, oh, why are you not making me feel better? You know, it's like you wouldn't have had that blessing.
Or she's like over me saying, where's this? Where's that? We need this. And now I'm even more stressed because I don't have a foundation. I have a very rocky relationship. Another thing is, this is very chauvinistic to say this, but nothing is the hottest thing is when she cooks a meal. I swear to God. When you, bro, like what the fuck? For somebody to say that's even stupid to think like that is they're dumb or they've never had somebody cook them a meal. When I see this girl come home from the grocery store and she's prepping a meal that she's making for me, it's like, I want to go outside and fucking figure out something to do for her. Like, it is the most loving thing you could do is give them food that you cooked with your bare hands. She could easily kick back and know, like, hey, we got it. Post made us foods. I've never asked her once to make a meal. But when she serves me that hot meal, I'm like, bro, what the fuck else can I do for you? Like, what can I do for you? Because that is love. Like, you know who the last person that did for me? My mother. My mother was the last person that made me a meal. So I don't know, man. I feel like we're looking at it from a wrong perspective. It's like, women, you have crazy jobs and a crazy responsibility. Don't belittle them. Taking care of the home is the most important thing. Even if I had the best job in the world and the most paying job in the world, what am I doing? I'm providing for my family.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're a team. It's teamwork. It's about, you know, supporting each other. It's about compromise and whatever works for like your situation. Obviously now it's kind of, you know, if the woman wants to work, if she has a passion she's passionate about, and then that works for your circumstance. Like, let's say both parents can work and you're able to have, you know, a healthy situation with your kids, then that's amazing. But then if you find like, oh, you know what, for our circumstance, like I need, you know, the guy to work or whatever, and I need you to stay home with the family. I mean, exactly how you said, that's a full-time job. And whatever is better for your family and your situation and your partnership. You know?
See, I look at everything.
They're paving the future, bro. They're literally taking care and nurturing children that are going to go back into society and do something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they have no guardian or anybody to teach them and nourish them and teach them about life, when they go out, they're fucking menaces. They're like terrible people out in society.
Me. Sleeping at WNBA games, being misogynistic. Don't be like me.
No,
that's funny though. If you're funny, you can get away with it.
So how do you guys feel about like modern day social media, like how everybody is now? You know, I feel like it's been like, I think it's been mostly like the last 2-3 years, but it's been real.
like OnlyFans kind of things.
Not that. I'm just talking about just like
Putting everything out, like living an avatar life. Like you have your internet persona and then you have your real life persona.
no, like from the extreme misogynistic to the extreme feminist, like there are like many extremes on both sides.
It's
so, like,
you're
way
noticing it now because you see it, but it's always been out there.
Oh, it's always been out there.
Yeah, always, of course. Dude, there was different types of communities and different people.
Yeah.
But now they could hyperextend, and now this is what it is, bro. The reason why God says I judge your heart is because he's judging what you're doing with your opportunity. The reason why we have more crazy people now is because we have more opportunity now. That doesn't make them worse than the generation before.
Yeah.
The last generation didn't have that opportunity. If they did have that opportunity, they could have been worse than our generation. It's whatever your heart is telling you to do. If you have the opportunity to, I don't know, have sex with a girl who's stuck, are you going to do it? I don't know. You're fantasizing about it.
Yeah.
To me, when I watched that, I was like, this is weird. I don't want to do this. And I exit out of it. But there's some people like, yeah, she's stuck. You know what I mean? It's like, if the opportunity presents itself, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's whatever your heart wants. So that's why he says, I judge your heart, not your actions, because your actions are limited to the ability of what you could do. That's why a lot of rich people are pieces of shit. They have more opportunity to be a piece of shit.
And they're desensitized a little bit, you know?
Sorry I had to drop those bombs on you, bro.
Throwing bombs on me, bro. Hold off, Obama, man. Chill.
Well, how do you feel about it?
In Iraq in my home place. That's fucked up, bro. That full circle was garbage, dog. That was my people, dog. That's so funny.
My bad. What did you say?
How do you feel about it? About the question you asked us, society and social media?
Yeah,
how they are
man.
now?
I just like, I feel like it's just like, I see hypocrisy on both sides. Like, I could easily see how you could pick a side, but I also feel how stupid it is to not see how there's hypocrites on both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like the same, but just like in their field, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like it's not even about being neutral, but it's just like common sense. I feel like people are losing a lot of common sense.
Yes.
And it's just because someone may say, maybe it's one thing that you don't fuck with at all, you're just going to go to the extreme
Yeah,
of
they're
the left
extremists.
side, or you're going to go to the extreme of the right side, instead of
Right.
just being rational about it in the middle. And I feel like, especially with today's politics and everything, I feel like what politics is doing today is they're just driving people to the extreme sides of both sides, instead of like, and then like the people that are in the middle that are just like rational about it, their vote doesn't even matter anymore, because them trying to vote for someone that's at least rational, they don't even get, they might not even get a percentage on the poll,
Yeah.
because they're like it's not making enough headlines, because today age you have to make headlines, you have to be polarizing. Even today it's on social media, like Fuzi, like when Fuzi was doing his regular streaming, nobody cared. He was doing streaming for like 28 days, nobody gave a fuck, he was doing great. But then once the incident at the airport happened, that's when the eyes came, and I think he saw that, so he just would ramp it up, and
Right.
it would just get more and more and more extreme. And then now he's in a mental hospital. It's like, to like show out now and to be seen and to be heard, you can see it with Andrew Tate too. For him to be heard, he had to like do the most extreme stuff. Now that he has his voice, he's chilled out.
Right.
He
He
even
really
says,
is, yeah.
he even says like,
He was being like patronizing. Like he was very much poking at what hurts, and like
Yeah.
he was playing a game. He knew what he was doing.
yeah, he got the attention. He got the attention. It's like, okay, this is how I really feel in a more rational sense.
Yeah.
The whole extreme thing that you were talking about. My thoughts on this is like, let's bring it back to back in the day with the Great Depression. We're kind of almost living in the same times.
Yeah.
People are hurting right now. And I like to think of it as myself. Like, when I'm doing well in life, it's easier to be a joyful person to be around.
Yeah.
But when you're scared or when you're frustrated, like, I wasn't pleasant to be around. I wasn't a horrible person, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't pleasant to be around when I was sad, because I was sad. I don't want to talk. I'm like miserable. Little things would get underneath my skin. And as a country right now, majority of people are like tough. They're going through really hard struggles. So I think it's not the internet that's like making people go crazy. It's just the times that we're living in, and they have the access to have a voice. But if times are like great and like people are like thriving, and it's like the roaring 20s where people are like, oh, my mortgage is easy, my job is great, I love it. People are going to be a little bit more positive in the comment sections and a little bit more nicer because they're happier. I think the reflection of the internet is reflecting what people are feeling and doing.
Yeah. Like not Obama.
You love Obama.
The Rock and Oprah, they were asking people to donate for Maui.
That's wild.
And
that is
you
wild.
see the comment section, and you just see the frustration. It's like people are like telling them their pain. It's like, bro, I'm over here living paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
missing out on my rent, and you're gonna ask me to help someone else? Like, yeah, I would love to, but it's like, you're in a way better condition. You're in a way better place. Like, you're asking for $10 million. What the fuck is $10 million to Oprah?
Yeah. Why don't The Rock and Oprah both
Especially
put it
after
together?
she just bought the...
Yeah, the same day that the fires
Is that true,
happened.
though, or is that a conspiracy?
No, she bought property.
Do you know that for a fact?
I don't know if she bought it the same day, but she does have property.
Hey, wait,
like,
let's look.
she has like 600 acres. She has a lot of property.
The place
That's
that
a
burned?
fact. I don't know. I don't know
Because
if it's
people
burnt.
are saying she bought property from where it was burnt and stuff, because there's like this law that if it's is broken by natural disaster, that they could go and purchase.
I don't think that's the case. I think she just already had the land.
I understand both points of views. It's like we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that's like, hey, drink my tequila, watch my movies, do this, support me, give me your money. And then when a natural disaster happens, he's like, you got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand their frustration there.
But it's like it's his own backyard, you know.
Oh yeah,
It
wait a second.
says-
He's from Hawaii.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, and he should be supporting his people. But wait, it says here that
That's fucked. That's okay. Now I understand.
How you gonna ask? You know, it's like, you know, if my mom was struggling, and I had to be like, hey guys, help me out when I'm in a position to help.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm really surprised that they would do that, because that's gonna make people rethink
Tone deaf.
when the next movie comes
Yeah.
out.
It's tone deaf. Like,
Exactly.
They're like, bro, because they just assume everybody's gonna just hop on it.
Now I know that, but like now, like shit like that sticks with me.
Influencers
So, like,
think like we're getting to the point where we expect people to idolize us, and I always tell my, like, especially on my stream, like you saw the whole thing that happened with Kai in New York when all
I
those
said
people-
my piece on that. My whole thing was like, I like the kid. I really do like the kid. I fuck with the kid. I think he's talented. I've invited him on the show. Like I am a fan of him, but he has to take responsibility, bro. Like that wouldn't have happened if he didn't have everybody come there.
Well, I'm not talking about it in that sense. I'm talking about it more of a sense like the reason all that happened is because they idolize him. Like that, I feel like that was idolization on display. You know?
Yes and no. It's just kind of like if you watch somebody that you like fuck with, like you're like, oh, they're coming into town, I'm gonna go see them. Like if I was a kid and I'm watching Friends, the TV show, and Matthew Perry is like, hey, I'm gonna be in Arizona, come see me. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be going. I want to go
come
see
them. But
yeah,
when you're destroying property, jumping on cars and stuff like that, that's what they were doing whenever they built the golden calf. You know, just destroying stuff. Anarchy.
But he didn't ask them to do that.
No, I'm not saying he did.
It would have been idolizing if he's like, go destroy the city, and they did it. You know what I'm saying? That's idolizing. What happened is they took advantage of the fact that cops can't get there. So they were like, oh, we're going to fuck shit up and have fun. It was a bunch of group of friends like, hey, you know, this is funny. Psh, oh, this is probably going to be live on a show because let's cause a scene and be a part of it. That's really where it was going.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him for having that to happen. I'm just saying, like, you with more power comes more responsibility. And if Kai is a very fucking powerful human being, bro, he's more powerful than politicians. He has people looking at him every day saying, whatever you're going with, I'm going with. So he has to take a little responsibility on the fact that, like, he didn't ask them to do that. But if you're going to have people come, you have to know that, like, whatever happens there is because you invited them to come. It's like if I invited somebody to come into your house, like David, right? He's coming with me. He's right here. Now, if David out of nowhere came and just started smashing your TVs, regardless, it wasn't me that did that, but I brought him into your home.
Yeah. But I still think it's a form of idolization because I see how people they'll come up to me and they'll be like, yo, Jidion, man, I idolize you, bro. Like, da-da-da. And I always thought to them, like, bro, idolize God. You know? If these people had God first, you're not going to destroy property. You're not going to, you know.
for somebody else.
Yes, but also it's like, you got to remember they're kids, you know, they might love God, but they also in the moment, they're trying to be cool with their friends. And like, you got to remember, like when we were younger, our viewpoints of really bad things weren't the same. You know what I mean? Like we think it's like we're funny with our friends. Like think about ding dong ditching, right? It's a small little thing, but then it could grow to like laughs. Like, oh, let's kick his door open and run away. You're not like trying to rob him, but you're like, oh, this is really funny with my friends. Let me kick this dude's door open. Like
I never did that.
Yeah, me neither.
With my friends.
No, really? I don't know. I get what you mean by I get what you're saying, but don't ever tell my audience not to idolize because we need that. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm just joking.
But I think that's why like The Rock and Oprah thought they could get away with this because like we have so many people blindly following us and everything, and even I have to like check myself sometimes.
Yeah, humble
like,
yourself. Yeah.
Even like, especially with the EDP stuff, it's like all the people like, oh, you're the gold. Da, 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 da. So when it's like that's like a dopamine overload.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody wants to be shitting on them, but imagine they're gassing you, bro.
It's too much.
That's what. Okay, if we're bringing this up,
that scares me.
This is why I don't get mad at like people that are in power and they're rich. It's truly not only their fault. Because if you only have yes men around you gassing you up on everything you're doing, yeah, that's cool, keep feeding me. That's really, really cool, keep feeding me. Like those people now poison your mind into making your decisions like not the decisions you really would make because you're trying to please them and they're trying to please you.
But you know how you can get past that though? It's just like if you have, it's crazy how everything goes back to God, but if you keep God first, like it's like it's
pillars.
nullifying factor. It nullifies that. Like, when I read my Bible, it's such a humbling thing.
Of course.
Of like, because if you look at it, bro, the most tortured souls are the ones like, bro, you and me are going to have the hardest time to get to heaven. Because Jesus said it. He said,
it's easier for a rich man to go through. No, it's easier for a camel to go. Oh, I'm sorry. It says camel, but the Aramaic word is actually rope.
Really?
So, yes. So the rope that they used to put the boat into, you know, the harbor where they would tie he was actually referencing that rope.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm going to send you the Bible verse. In my Aramaic Bible, I translate it from Aramaic, and it says rope. So it's easier for rope to go through the thread of the needle. So think about it. It makes more sense. They use tiny thread to go through that to thread the needle. So he used rope as the reference. It's easier for this rope to go through the end of the needle, the hole of the needle, than for a rich man to go into heaven.
Yeah.
Because he's saying you start becoming your own God. And then once you become your own God, then you're gone.
You idolize money.
There was a Bible verse that scared me more than anything in the world. And it was, many will come. So Jesus is now preaching as God. So a lot of people are like, whoa, this is crazy. This guy's talking like as if he holds authority. And he says, many will come to me in the day of judgment and says, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in your name? Have I not casted out demons in your name? And he says, be away from me. I never knew you. And that scared me, bro. And I was like, bro, if people are able to cast out demons, I might preach his name, but I ain't casting out demons. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy, like, casting out demons, doing all this, but they're not good enough. And that paralyzed me. And so, like, one day I'm sitting with this, I'm sitting and I'm watching some guy talk about it on TikTok. And I was about to skim through it because it really scares me. I don't like reading that. It, like, really freaked me out. And he said it like this. He goes, why did those people get casted away from God? He's like, because when they presented themselves in front of God, they said, look what I did. Yeah, I did this. I did this. I did this. And he goes, the whole reference is, you're not good enough to go into heaven. It's sheerly off of the fact that God died for your sins, making him the only true reason on why you're going into heaven. And this became my favorite Bible verse, because now I know my good works aren't what gets me into heaven, right? Truly, I could say to somebody, when somebody goes, you only do this to get into heaven, I would go, no, my friend. Nothing I do on earth will ever be good enough for me to go into heaven. It is only because Christ died on the cross for my sins that gives me the privilege into walking into the kingdom. So my scariest Bible verse became my favorite Bible verse.
That goes back around to what you were saying earlier about how, like, you judge your heart. You know what I mean?
The reflections of your heart.
And, like, I feel like that's, like, a perfect example. Like, yeah, these people did these things. You know what I'm saying? They did these things in the name of God, but, like, at the end of the day, it's what's in your heart. And, like, you know, it's not transactional. It's not like I did this, so I'm good. I get to pass or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm just reminded of that.
Also, when I come on the microphone and I talk about Christ, sometimes I get uncomfortable because people think that I think I'm holier than thou. I want to make it very clear. I'm an evil, gross, like, I'm a hypocrite. I am so far away from the, like, true, real creator of love that I'm only just speaking from my mistakes and what I've learned. So when you see me talking about God, know that I'm just an evil person trying to go on every single day being a better person than the day I was yesterday. Not because I'm able to do good works to get into heaven. It's just I'm so grateful that a God came down into human form that I want to be a better person so I could be like Christ. But that will never make me Christ. I'm never going to be at that level, ever. It's never going to be, it's impossible. Jidion is somebody I look up to in this space, but he's an evil dude. Like, he is not a good dude. If it was just him and his authority and his ruling, like you said in the beginning, he stood long enough to show that he's the evil one. What is it? He stuck around enough to be the villain.
Oh, you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Exactly. And I just think that we're all villains, bro. Like, we all are corrupted. We all lust. We all cheat. We all lie. I don't cheat on you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's situations where it comes where you're just not a good person, and it's really, you know how you are who you hang out with. So invite God into everything you do.
The penalty of sin is death. So it's like we all have to die. It's like because we've all committed sin. So, but the thing about Christ is through him you have everlasting life. So even though we're gonna die here on earth, you know, we can come back. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about it is, like, you know, God always keeps his promises, because he said the penalty of sin is death. So we're all gonna die because we've all committed sin. Yeah. But with Christ coming back to life, there's like a whole nother option where we can have everlasting life if we accept him and follow his way. And I think that's just the best part about it, is like, even though we failed, it's like we get a second chance again, like how he rose again.
Yeah. Amen. Do you know who Cliff is from Give Me an Answer?
Cliff.
He's Cliff Stewart. Yeah, basically Stewart is his son.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So Cliff and Stewart.
Yeah, Cliff and
So
Stewart.
basically they go to like colleges and then they like debate.
Oh yeah.
In like a healthy way. They like.
I thought he's like the older dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was seeing him on TikTok. Yeah.
So I had him on my podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like storing it because like every day it was like I get a new guest. I'm like, oh well, he's gonna bring in a lot more views. Like Patrick David, I grew like 20,000 followers from that video, and now in my mind I'm like, oh, okay, let me save it for this so I could grow more, and then I could release that episode because bro, it's 3 hours of us just talking about the most beautiful conversation about God. And I'll ask him questions like, why is it that this person's going to go to hell, but this person won't go? All the questions that a Christian like stays away from, I prepare for that podcast.
Yeah, you shouldn't hold that, bro. You should just release it right now.
I'm going to release. I have a set date for it now. So now I'm not holding it anymore. But like, I was just so excited because like it's my favorite podcast I've ever done in my life because I'm just sitting there like a student looking at a master just like explain things that I could never explain. Yeah. It's be excited about that one. Like if you like listening to about like me talk about God or anybody talking about God, like to listen to this man speak. It was so cool. And now I have him on like speed dial. So like I literally just like, hey man, what does this verse mean? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, this is an Aramaic, but in Hebrew it says it like this. Like, what's the correlation here? Like, and he's just like, great question, George. I mean, bro, you told us not to bring those up, but like, why are you wearing those, bro? You look like a Monopoly piece.
It's not even that they're sweating. It's just like, it's such an awkward angle because like my foot's like pointed up, so it's like pushing down.
You can take them off.
Like
you want me to take them off for you?
Yeah, could you? It's gonna be a workout.
Nah, bro, your back is sweaty, bro.
Wait.
Oh, you got no type of traction.
No traction.
Babe, come grab
You
me.
gotta do the angle.
Come grab you? You got it. You got it.
How do you do this?
What
Bro, hey.
You gotta get it. Don't twist his ankle.
You putting me.
You gotta twist it up.
He's putting me in the Kurt ankle
Oh my
lock.
God, Georgie.
Nah, it's a. Here, I got it.
Imagine like coming home on a date and then this is what you're
Charlie horse.
Ooh, you get Charlie. Or you need bananas, bro.
I need bananas. Hey, yo, pause. De Niro, help me out. Come help, De Niro. Come here.
I was gonna go on the.
You gonna save me?
Who's more of a Nero? These shoes? Huh?
Got that dog
These shoes? Who's more Nero?
It's good. It's really good. You.
Huh?
Are you hitting the Robert De Niro?
What the fuck do you think I've been doing here for like 10 minutes? You're
Yeah.
not listening to me.
Now I'm struggling with this.
What?
Help him with the other one.
Okay, you're a good boy. Oh, this? Oh. Bro, I couldn't get the other foot out. I don't know how. Okay, let me try that. Okay, you do your toe thing and I'll do this thing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not hurting you?
Keep on doing that.
Just don't fly back into the cameras.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I was in a little silly, goofy mood for the recording, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear the boots.
We're at like
Silly, goofy
2:45. I think we did pretty good, bro.
Really? 245?
This, you know what I love is like, I love when I get sit with somebody and we could get open and like real. And it's sometimes I have a guest where they're just like, they divert and they won't open up. And I'm like, well, this is a fucking waste of time. We're just sitting here doing nothing. So I really appreciate you guys
We're
opening
just
up.
doing chit chat. Bro, I appreciate you coming out here, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate
this
it,
is
bro.
awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yo, Georgies, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Georgie's. Have you on? I don't want to reach before. So
Hey, I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thank you,
Future
thank you.
success. And I can't wait to see what the George Janko show goes from here.
Thank
I
you. We can't wait
appreciate
to
it.
see
Thank
what
you
you
guys.
do
This was a
from
great
here.
episode, bro. This is a great episode. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. You guys, listen, I told him a few people that I'm having on the podcast. Like, just,
Big people. Big.
I mean, like, you are huge. So, like, just evidence in the pudding. I don't even know if that's a thing. But, like, the evidence in the pudding. You guys thought I was out, but God had different plans. I'll see you guys
God
later.
damn!